Have you ever seen anything like this?
A weird one? Are you kidding me?
Here we go.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Come on, dude.
You're going to New Jersey after that.
What are you doing?
I'm not going to come into it.
The referee scored on me. When you think you've seen it all, you haven't. Vasilevsky's coming out across center ice. Swayman and Vasilevsky may go. Swayman tells Vasilevsky, take your mask off, and he obliges.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, man! They're going to square off right out at center ice. They grab a hold of each other. Vasilevsky throws a right. Swayman lands a right. They wrestle.
Swayman and Vasilevsky throwing punches. Unbelievable.
Vas has got a little smile on his face.
Everybody up on both benches.
So you thought there could be some fisticuffs tonight, but you certainly didn't expect the goalies to be involved.
And here comes Bobrovsky all the way down the ice. Look out!
Oh, here we go! Oh, yeah!
Bobrovsky's got the gloves on, and he's going after Nedeljkovic. We've got a goalie fight. It's Nedeljkovic and Bobrovsky.
Now they're going to fight a goalie fight on the ice. There goes the helmets, and now they're fighting right in front of the net.
The bell is sounded here at Amerant Bank Arena. They lock horns at the top of the near circle. Sergei Bobrovsky and Alex Nedeljkovic. And they tackle each other down. Fireworks here at Amerant Bank Arena.
You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. Wow.
Sergei Bobrovsky came 200 feet to throw punches with Alex Nedeljkovic.
Penalty expires. Shesterkin knocked down at his crease. And the Rangers not happy, and Shesterkin joins the fray. This time goes after one of the Devils. Here comes Markstrom. Markstrom and Shesterkin.
A goalie fight at the Garden. Two jabs with the left. A third. A fourth. A fifth. Markstrom coming back with a hard right. Shesterkin counters. Markstrom over the top. Shesterkin pounding him. 2, 3, 4. He connects. Shesterkin keeping his footing. Markstrom trying to go over the top. Shesterkin takes him down. Wow!
Holy smokes, this is like the old Ranger Devil games. The goalie's going at it.
And Shesterkin wanted all of the smoke. That was unbelievable. That was unreal.
What I will tell you is this: every single player on both teams has only now stopped smiling or laughing about it. Vincent Trocheck just looked at me, raised his eyebrows, and said, yeah. Between me, Jack Hughes looked over at the Rangers bench and said, he's crazy. I don't know whether he was talking about his goalie or the Rangers goalie, but Mika Zibanejad looked back and he said, he's been waiting to do that the whole game.
Drop the gloves. Still throwing punches. Shades of Ali Frazier here back in 71.
Tell us, was that your first goalie fight ever?
Yeah, it was first one. I thought it's going to be against Sorokin, but we will wait for it.
You'll wait for him? What was going through your mind when you saw Markstrom approaching you?
I just thought like how huge he is. And I thought like I just don't want to get knocked out. I just want to say thanks to my boxing coach. I just had a couple lessons. So
Before the interview, our friend Dan poured it. Oh no, he's getting it.
Oh, not on the specs. Oh, that's great.
It never ends.
Pass back, ledge it off. Right in with a shot. He put it wide. Boy, it parted like the Red Sea out there. And he missed the top corner.
He's got to stay with it, though. When he missed the net, he's looking up to the skies. He almost left the zone.
Kritsiuk in alone. Sorokin the save, and he scores on the rebound. Arseni Kritsiuk couldn't score on the initial shot, but followed up his own shot. Puts in the rebound on the breakaway.
So no surprise that perhaps people still needing some help finding their way around here. Jonathan Toews walking in with some of the teammates. Oh, that's the room you need, Jonathan. Good thing Luke's there to help him out. This is what everybody's been waiting for. The opportunity to be able to see him in a Winnipeg Jets jersey.
What a scene here in Penguins preseason. Entire arena on their feet.
Del Belbelou's back in. Sillinger shoots, scores, save, play.
Outside shot, he just gives her a little extra after.
Pat save. Makes a move off the post, and maybe that poker from Fleury threw him off just a bit.
And there he is rubbing his post, giving it some love. Fleury's push-ups. He scores. That'll end the shootout, and that will end Marc-Andre Fleury's time on the ice in a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey, but you get the feeling that this moment's about to be savored by the Flower and fans alike.
What a night. Good job by Robertson hustling back, and then Zadorov scores. Nikita Zadorov, the overtime winner, and the quick exit.
What are you thinking after you score the goal and immediately walk off the ice?
I just want to go home with my family.
Nazar with speed. Nazar cuts in. Nazar scores!
He scores!
And then he gets tackled by Neighbors after running into the goaltender.
Big Crevier's there.
Now he celebrates.
There he goes. He might want to jump in the pile and help the boys out. But what a play that was. And it started with Bertuzzi on the boards in the defensive zone for the Hawks. Jody, you said it. It was a great play by Bertuzzi.
Passing. Heedle zips right on in. Stopped by Lindgren. And Charlie looking for the loose rebound. Still doesn't have it. It's free. And Myers scores.
And Charlie Lindgren doesn't even have his catching glove on. His stick's on the ice. His catching glove's on the ice. Look at Charlie. I mean, he's just got everything falling off. He's got his catching glove. He's got his stick. He's the type of goalie, too, that would have put up his plain hand without the glove to try to make the stop.
I'm looking for there. Ridley Gregg got the worst of that. He bumped into Victor Hedman and found out that Victor's a little more solid than he anticipated.
Well, there's Dante Fabro in the penalty box. As timing would have it, Macy's in the penalty box, and they played the video tribute to him.
Yep, well, still got a nice reception here.
I agree. Terrific start to the year for him. Uh-oh, lights went out.
Lights have gone out. Hanger, did you hit the switch down there? Oh, there we go.
That's what Tanev got hit and the lights went out.
Empty net. Marchessault's got a chance and a good save and block. Stretched up to Caulfield. Caulfield cutting in. Wrist shot. Score! He did it again! Cole Caulfield! Lane Hudson with the save of the night, and then Caulfield, 2-2 tie. What a save, Lane Hudson. Are you kidding me? 7 seconds left. One last chance. Suzuki, Caulfield, score! Can you believe this, kid? OT winner, Cole Caulfield!
Penalty drawn here, and we've got a hooking call coming up.
Oh, it's Marchand.
He's been involved with a little bit of everything so far.
4:63, 2 minutes for a hook.
Here's Tippers moving into the shot. Missed the net. Ovechkin! Score! Number 900, Alex Ovechkin, first player in National Hockey League history. Bruce, how about what's her place after Ovechkin scored number 900?
Yeah, Jordan Binnington, he's a guy that is a feisty fella, isn't he? And he does some things. Watch this. After the goal is scored, he's got the puck. Watch what he does with the puck. He's going to keep it in his pants. I don't know if he wants to sell it on the open market or not, but they're not going to get that puck from Binnington. But that is until linesman Michel Cormier came over and said, hey, we know you got the puck, buddy.
Good job catching that. There's cameras everywhere, guys.
Tremendous.
His eBay account would have been popping off after this game had he pulled that heist off.
Did you see Binnington trying to?
Yeah, I just saw it, you know. I'm not going to comment into it.
It's kept in. 2 seconds. Stamkos one-timer. He scores! Steven Stamkos ties it. That's going to count. 0.3 on the clock. Steven Stamkos.
Driving the net. Faber, Kaprizov, Johansson, and he scores! Marcus Johansson with the winner for the Wild. Onanen kicked the net loose, but the officials have the authority to rule that the puck would have gone in if the net was intact. And they made that signal immediately. We've seen this called a number of times when the net gets knocked back, but I haven't seen one where the puck actually hit the net as it was moving, like it does in this case. With some help from Toronto, they called a goal. The goal stands, Minnesota wins it. Marcus Johansson, the overtime winner for Minnesota.
Andrew Burnett doesn't agree with the call. No one's for the Predators. Yoshi drops it off. The ref
referees were going to take a look at this. The net was knocked off the pegs. They immediately signaled goal.
It was put off by Forsling. He put his net off, and we've seen this story before. And Forsling, who's in the net, he took the net off. And we saw this in Minnesota for the Predators, and they're heading off. They called it, it's a good goal. It's game over.
It is game over. The Predators have won.
Ever patient Jackson Lacombe. Carlson to Gauthier. One-timer. Gibson, great save. And the rebound went in the net as Gibson knocked it off.
I think it's going to be interesting, John. They're going to take a look at this. It's Gibson that knocks it off. He's not pushed into the net. I think it's going to count.
Wow. No doubt Gibson.
He shoves it. I mean, he's pushing it with his arm.
The call on the ice is confirmed. We've got a good goal.
So Kreider on the power play.
Checked by Myers and gets the puck to the line. Not open. Now it's stolen. And here's Sassone. Max Sassone on a breakaway. He had his stick break. Must have been broken by the shot block that sprung him free on the breakaway.
You're going to see this thing just bend right in half. Here's a shot and then crank. Absolutely loses it. It gets blocked right there. Look at he's yelling at the referee saying, hey, it's broken, it's broken. Then it officially breaks.
Penalty coming up, so a good start for the Senators here as Linus Ullmark goes to the bench. This puck bounces towards the empty net. Look out! It's going to go in! Scores! No, they're going to wave it off. It hit a Blackhawks stick.
It hits Doc's stick right there. Now, it hits his stick, but it's not a possession change. The refs get it right.
The absence of names like Line and Doc, as we try to get those bright lights to fire up so we can play some hockey. So this is a rarity. You're going to play with the lights not fully up, and you'll notice the difference when they get charged in here. Montreal controlling. Kapanen, point blank, great stop. Dustin Wolf. And this is what Wolf is actually currently seeing, so you can definitely tell that it's very difficult for the goaltenders. Maximum concentration to try and find that puck in this lane.
Bussy gets some jarring. You got JJ Pageau and Taylor Hall in the crease, and Bussy goes down. Ref is checking on him, making sure he's okay. And as you said, he skates off. Look at the ref on the left side of your screen. What's he doing?
And the bench is like, go back!
Get in there.
What are you doing?
It's loose. It's in front. And they score! I don't believe it! Brock Besser wins it at the buzzer. An absolute shocker. By Theodore. Loose puck. Net is off its mooring. Trapped is Lindblom underneath the net. And we finally get a whistle.
Looks like you're caught like a mouse in a trap. Let me get you out of that.
The Tank still fighting for it. Fed it out. Malkin a shot. The whistle blows first before his shot went in.
Malkin jumped on the ice for the goaltender as Sheelovs was coming to the bench, but he was way in front. He's still at the blue line when Malkin gets the puck.
There is no goal on the ice as there was a premature substitution of the goaltender.
So now they got Tippett out here instead of Konechny. So look for Zegras and Tippett.
Got it in for Forster, a shot!
Chris Letang went right over to the linesman Steve Barton. He said, this play is offside.
After review, the play was deemed to be offside. No goal.
Wow. Ville Koivunen moving in, and Koivunen is stopped by Ersson. The Flyers win it in a shootout in a wild one.
Frustrating night for McAvoy and the Bruins.
Frustrating. Things aren't going your way. How about this? Have a nice sip of water?
Oh.
Not really. You're going to need a new jersey after that.
Along with Robertson. Berg stopped by Garand. It goes in. Garand got a piece of it. It got behind him.
Kind of handcuffs him, but creeping up. Uh-oh. 4-3 hockey game.
Could be the biggest game. Could be the biggest moment. And he still has that.
Turnover, and they score! It's Ville Koivunen picking pockets and putting the Penguins up 3-1.
Just off a dumped in puck, Merzlikins. Too much time maybe. Lands on a platter for him.
Forsling and sent out. Look at Halverson, way out of his net is empty, and it's a tap in for Eetu Luostarinen.
Luostarinen's got some pretty good speed, but this was a misjudgment there by Halverson, so he'll get that one out of his mind.
For the win here, Pearson stopped by Wolf. No, it's in. That is in. And Pearson, with a crazy shootout goal, has won it for Winnipeg.
You might not see a more bizarre game-winning goal all year long as Tanner Pearson shoots. Wolf makes the save on the blocker, and then Wolf thinks he's just going to catch this with his glove, and he ends up knocking it back into his own net. How about that?
Eklund in front again, and it stays out. How? I don't know. Sharks cannot come any closer to icing the game. As Eichel scores from the blue line. Are you kidding me? Eichel, a weird one, and we're tied at 3.
Can you believe it? I mean, there was twice where I thought Eklund was going to score on the empty net. It stays out somehow, and then an unfortunate bounce. And Nedeljkovic just feeling sick about it.
It's really hard to believe.
Wow.
At both ends.
Yeah.
Tucked away, and Nedeljkovic out of the goal at the goal line. From the blue line, lost it. Empty net for Riley Smith, and he scores! What a weird finish, and Smith wins it for the Golden Knights.
He comes out to play the puck and just doesn't do a good job of it. It ends up a bounce that goes right onto the stick of Riley Smith, who's all alone in the offensive zone to finish this off. And it's in the back of the net. What a finish. A crazy finish.
You actually had to see it to believe it, quite honestly.
You can't even describe it.
Through center, and Dickinson will get a touch to get it deep, and Hofer wanders out again. Oh, gave it away, and they score! The normally sure-handed puck handler and Joel Hofer put it on a platter.
Holy jumping, as we're singing his praises, he tried to go up the guts of the ice.
Zary launches one toward the Oiler net. Skinner misplayed it and had it poked in by Blake Coleman, and this game is tied.
I think Stuart Skinner thinks that Bouchard's going to take this puck, and it's the quick stick of Coleman that just beats him to that puck before he makes that decision, and it's a tie game.
The change, Rodriguez over the line, moving and shooting. Ooh, glove save, and then it goes in. Hallmark thought he had it. Oh, did the whistle blow?
There's the rocket right there through the glove, and then Hallmark just drops it and goes right between his legs. Keep an eye on that blue paint. There it goes. He did not have control of that puck.
The puck was in continuous motion, therefore we have a good goal.
Here you go.
He's just run over along the boards by Dorofeev, and then, it's turned over, they score! Everybody was looking at Dorofeev, and Cutter Gauthier wins the game!
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding me?
And finally, Cutter Gauthier gets a gift handed to him right in the slot, and he buries it.
Now bouncing puck, Flames have to be careful. Bedard streaking, and he scores! Another strange one. And the Hawks go up 2-0.
Then just chips the puck out. Watch Dustin Wolf. He tries to play it. He fans on it. And then Bedard sticks with it. Unfortunately for Dusty Wolf, he just felt the pressure.
With speed over the line, across for Trocheck. Vasilevsky fell down, and they score! A freebie for Vinny Trocheck as Vasilevsky wipes out, and the Rangers' lead grows to 2.
As he's trying to shuffle side to side, there's no worse a feeling as a goaltender than this one right here. It's a sinking ship. You're moving side to side. Your two skates get buckled, and then you fall on your rear end, and it goes underneath you.
Now Bertuzzi for Bedard. Across. Holding Teravainen. Bedard scores!
And look at Markstrom up there all over. Eventually back to Bedard.
Markstrom thought he was going to make a Superman save, and it went right back to Bedard.
On that Blue Jacket power play, another stretch pass. Just out of the reach of Luostarinen. But it's slowed down. Score! Keep goes.
A brutal mistake by Elvis Merzlikins. He's very active to try and play that puck. Sends it the length of the ice for Allen. Allen stops it in the trapezoid. Awkward pass stolen away. Miles Wood just finishes into the empty net. Miscommunication there with Hughes and Allen, and now the Columbus Blue Jackets are back up by 2.
Oh, what a killer.
Awkward pass stolen away. Miles Wood just finishes into the empty net.
The development and getting yourself ready and being in National Hockey League.
There's control right on off the glove of Copley, and he scores. It's knuckle puck time, apparently in LA. 2-0 Seattle.
That's one right there that Phoenix Copley's going to walk back. A little bit of a surprise there. That one ends up going in. You see the deflection off the glove, down back through the legs of Copley.
This one escapes the zone. Chasing after it. Siegenthaler will be helped out by his goalie. Markstrom who misplaced it wide open net. They score! Horrible mistake for Jacob Markstrom coming out. It redirected on for Simon Holmstrom, and he's tied the game.
Not sure what he was trying to do going up the middle there. He hits Siegenthaler, gives Simon Holmstrom one of the easier ones he's going to have in his career.
Pass for Oscar back. Couldn't get to it. Nedeljkovic
Gives it away and they score.
You can't do that. Sometimes just setting the puck is enough. Playing the puck less is sometimes your best play.
That is a shot to the gut.
Makes this a massive face-off. Stars win it, and DeSmith got crossed up and scored. DeSmith tried to leave it for Heiskanen, who didn't want to take it from his netminder, and a little tap home by Kuzmenko. The Stars win the draw, and in the end, it's the Kings who score a power play goal. It ends up being the easiest, breeziest of two-man advantage power play goals.
Getting back is Riley. On the wing for Kane. In and out of the glove. Making the play. Hildeby. Loose puck here for Simon Edmondson, though. He gets chopped at. Edmondson right to the goal. He scores!
What a play.
What a game! Red Wings win it 3-2!
Not so fast. Hildeby tried to get it to his guy. Couldn't do it. Matthews stumbled, and Edmondson with that huge reach.
Greer the backhand in. Montembeault. He'll stop the puck. Look out right to Bennett. Score! Terrible turnover. And Bennett makes him pay. It's 2-1. That one hurts right on the tape. And Sam Bennett has 15 on the season.
That goes off a jet and slides down to the side of the Winnipeg cage. In front, scores! Austin Matthews has the hat trick. First hat trick in almost 2 years as they take advantage of a big-time goaltending mistake.
Diving, Wenberg gets it away. Now here's Wallstedt out to center ice, and he's on the way to center. Here's Wenberg. He can't shoot the puck because it would have been offside. Toffoli was stranded in the zone. Oh, that must have been so tantalizing for Wenberg. A gaping open net, but it would have been offside.
To Wall, put up by Shea. Looped ahead. Here comes Josi. Jarry comes out. It's loose. The shot, they score!
What a win. What an overtime there by the Nashville Predators. Fending off McDavid and Draisaitl numerous times. They threatened. Come back the other way. Jarry comes out, pokes it away.
Power play is over. And McLeod out of the box, looking to catch up to it. Bobrovsky out of the net. McLeod's pass to Benson, score! And Buffalo's got the lead.
Sergei Bobrovsky, by the time he recognized that he had got to jump out of his crease and see if he could play this puck, I think it was just a second too late.
Here's Celebrini. Looks across, and the pass to Orlov there, but he can't put it home. No stick for Connor Ingram. It's well away from him to his right, but he's got time to get it. He better hurry. He didn't hurry in time. Macklin Celebrini catches Ingram out of the net, and the Sharks take the lead. Macklin Celebrini has his 29th of the year, and they don't come much easier than that.
Lines through center ice, and now Riley falls, and it moves in, slides it back across, they score! Samoskevich.
Well, this sort of sums up the night. Morgan Riley gets the heel, takes out Carlo. Feels like it's Keystone Cops out there on a nothing play. I wonder if they're going to challenge this for offside.
The play was offside at 10:58, no goal.
Okay, that's an easy one.
Backhanded in. Look out, Markstrom gets to it. Markstrom slings it off of Butch Namajuku.
deflected. They couldn't get it to the net. They do. They score. It's a one-goal game with 1:18 to go. Off Buchnevich. They break the shutout. Now need one to tie.
He doesn't make the simple play. He's trying to go for the goal. That creates the turnover. Buchnevich right on top the blue paint. He tries to go for the goal. It's a turnover.
Roslovic in the vicinity. Fiercely fought. But finally trickles home off the half wall over Vasilevsky's stick. And Edmonton gets a much-needed gift. Shocking goal.
You know what, Jack? We've been looking at this, and it looks like this might be Josh Szymanski's first NHL goal, as this backhand is the one that lodges the puck loose. Bjorkstrand tries to play it back to his defenseman, Littleberg, and finds its way into the empty net. They don't ask you how. If it stays that way, take it, kid.
This is the 97th all-time meeting. Logan Thompson coughed it up. Layup chance. Landeskog. It's tied.
Now Landeskog just returns to the lineup, and he ties it up. He didn't have to beat anybody for that shot right into the corner hot.
They're back together with Lechinov out of the lineup. Puck dumped in by Crevier. Hey, weird bounce off the glass. Allen able to cut it off. Can't find it though. Here's a chance. Over and he scored. McCann capitalizes after it was turned over behind the net. Fed in front by Frondell. And the Hawks take a 1-0 lead.
And for Jake Allen, who is a very good puck handler, he just didn't know where this puck was.
Yeah, it happens. Jake Allen was frustrated, you could tell. He just lost it on that hard wraparound. Chicago alertly gets it out front to McCabe, and he buries it.
Actually entering this game, they were 5 for 5 against the Panthers this season. They got a goal. It's Elmer Soderblom. A steal and score. 1-0, 9 minutes in.
Wakey. Tarasov read that, came out to just play it out of harm's way, but right onto the stick of Elmer Soderblom.
Big pad save. Nemeth score! Wow! Nemeth tried to clear. Right place, right time. Adam Edstrom will get credits. Talk about a pinball effect. 1-1.
That's right. Pinball wizard. It's going to be Adam Edstrom. You know, when he goes dropping his grandkids, that's going to be an end-to-end rush top shelf.
It's a two-man coming right off the bench. Mantha gets the pass and scores on a change-up on a broken stick.
And this is just plain old bad luck. The shot by Mantha hits the blade of the stick at Trouba. Changes direction, pops up and over the shoulder of Dostal.
Caps come up the ice, long shot taken by Carlson, and it gets through Vasilevsky, and it rolls in. The Lightning almost prevented that from going over the goal line, but it trickles in, and we got a tie game.
He'll want that one back. This one leaked through the blocker and his body.
Yeah, a tough break for Eric Chernak. Had it, and it's banked off of his stick and in.
Back into the Toronto zone and poked free by Riley. Alexei Turochenko back on it behind the goal. That pass to Walker. He put the wide rebound. Score! Bouncing puck, and Nathan Walker bats it home. And the Blues take a 1-0 lead.
Crazy bouncing puck off a forecheck for St. Louis. He swatted it right out of the air, did William Nylander. He's trying to get out of harm's way. Walker will get credit. No one touches it with a high stick.
To be honest, I don't even know what I was thinking, but it's a little bit reactionary, I think. But it's nice to feel back in that early.
What did you say to Joseph after?
I said sorry.
He's definitely one of as many as, oh boy, that deflected into the net! Oh. My goodness, a clearing attempt off the faceoff, deflects, and goes into the Panther net. It's 3-2. Unreal.
Oh my goodness, I've been to 7 World's Fairs. I thought I seen it all. Look at off the shin pad, somehow finds a way in behind Tarasov. You'll go 20 years before you see a play like that.
Unreal.
The board's not out. Stützle. Sanderson with a shot tipped in. A tip out in front. The shot taken by Jake Sanderson. And with 1:54 left in regulation time, Jake Sanderson has tied it.
Oh, wow. Scheifele's stick.
Talking in goal. He's going to be tested here as McDavid sweeps and scores.
You saw Troy Stecher went right to Hildeby there. Stecher tried to clear this one, and he buried it. Stecher tries to clear it. He puts it in the side of the net past Hildeby. Went right to his goaltender. gave him a tap and said, sorry, man.
Now Panarin looking for Lafreniere. Puck comes to Robertson, who fires. That's blocked. Score! It is waved off. It was knocked in by a high stick. No goal.
Does he touch it?
Not sure if he touched it.
I don't think he touched it. He certainly misses it the first time. Dostal knocks that in the net. I think Dostal is the last guy.
The problem is that we have a good goal. Then how you goalie puts it in the net.
Right. So it is a good goal. I mean, coming back from a 3-1 deficit versus the Canes.
Shot, rebound, score. So right off the bat, Carolina, distant shot.
Oh boy, it's tipped by Ehlers on Jake Allen and put in the net by Luke Hughes.
Wow.
I mean, you see the frustration from him as that puck comes right out in front. He's trying to corral it.
Stahl backhands it down. That'll get cut off by Luke Hughes. Right in front of his net. Very dangerous, and they score. Taylor Hall just pestered Luke. It's not his night. It's now 2-1 Carolina.
You see right here, Luke has control. Alertly pokes the puck right here off his stick, and it slips right past Jake Allen. Barely off the post, and just enough to give the Carolina Hurricanes a 2-1 lead.
Stars move it to Robertson. Shot. Bussy way out to challenge, and it's loose and in the net. They scored. Bussy is arguing, thinking he had it covered long enough, and that puck dribbled in for a game-tying goal. Wow, so looked like that puck was lodged unknowingly inside that catcher's glove.
He threw it in himself. What an answer. What a power play goal.
Now he takes a pass to the blue line, gets the puck to Celebrini. Long shot, knocked down by Demko, then it was chipped in.
Oh, no, it's actually Rossi that puts it into his own net.
Yeah, I thought it was Eklund with the hand-eye,
no,
but it was Rossi.
It's Rossi, so I think Eklund's going to get it. It touched his stick for a moment.
In the shooting spot to finish an amazing.
They score! The Stars come back. Great work by Huru. They forced the issue.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with this puck battle for Stecher. The thing never settled, and that might be an own goal there. It was his Guru, third NHL goal. He's going to get credit. I've been in that situation before. That's just an unfortunate break.
Oh, and a big hit. McDermott is going to go after Bolduc. After Bolduc gets the big hit in front of the Canadiens bench.
They're 7th in their last 14. Here's a shot from a sharp angle by Nurse, and Shesterkin wasn't sure where that was, Louis. His pads kind of slid beneath the goal line, and Nurse is motioning like he wouldn't mind a quick check upstairs.
It was determined that the puck that was sitting on the pad completely crossed the goal line. We have a goal.
It's a goal.
Darnell Nurse, he knew it. Look at him. He's got a very satisfied, almost smug look on his face, as if he knew it all along.
Hofer reads the play. He's going to go for it. Joel Hofer, a near miss. Icing is called here.
A valiant effort.
3 seconds on the clock. Stevenson with a shot. He scores! Hey, hey! What do you say? Chandler Stevenson with a fraction of a second left. There's 0.5 seconds on the clock. My goodness! The Kraken have tied it. Swooping in is right with a lane to the house. He scores! And the Kraken win in overtime. Here's Colorado. Landeskog, score! Gabriel Landeskog!
His first regular season goal in over 3 years.
It was determined that in 1918 the play is offside. We have no goal.
Okay.
Nice play there. Quick shot, score! Short side, Gabe Landeskog. His first goal of the season, and the captain finally strikes pay dirt. He got it. They're checking for offside. If they take this one off the board, I'm going to have a cow. No goal. Oh, my goodness.
2 goals taken away by offsides.
It is in with the wrister. It's blocked. Rebound. Score! Gabe Landeskog gets the rebound and rips it home. And they're waving this one off, and I don't know why.
This would have to be goalie interference. Gabe Landeskog should have 4 goals on the season, but 3 have now been taken back.
From Walensky to Tushkin. Dostal can't get to the one. It's Gabriel Landeskog. The Colorado captain finally gets
his first goal of this season. But this is his first regular season goal since March 5th of 22.
Myers calling for the puck. Myers fires and that deflects. Out of play off the stick of Blade. And then the mask of Swayman.
Before we went to break, Phil Myers, 94-mile-an-hour slapper, takes the mask right off of Jeremy Swayman. I have never seen that in my life. Look at the look on Swayman's face. He can't believe it.
Connor Hellebuck's game prep includes visualization on the bench, and so does Dustin Wolf's. Hellebuck has won Vezina, so clearly it works for him, and Wolf is the Flames' present and future in goal. They were both on their benches for 5 or 6 minutes pregame tonight, trying to figure out which way somebody went. Actually, their eye exercises as the eyes require warm-up.
Oh, that Marchand rips the stick out of Hughes' hands.
Brad Marchand doing one of the things he does best, which is be a nuisance, ripping the stick out of Quinn Hughes' hands.
Stützle gets it up to center and rings it in. Holford out of the net. He's going to take a shot at the empty goal. Holford to the net. Just wide. Oh, baby, Holford wanted the goal.
He's been out all night knocking these down. He hasn't missed one, I don't think. And he knows the minute he stops it, he's just got to set it up down the middle. And Montgomery hoping this is going to find its way in, but it did not.
I don't know. I'm just, I love shooting. Usually they fade a little bit on me, but that one stayed straight. So, maybe next time.
Drysdale back after it. Palmieri trying to track it down. Big collision. They both go falling. Palmieri's hurt. That didn't look good. Palmieri is in a ton of pain back behind the play.
They're going to have to blow it down here. Move it a little better, his palms.
He's going to strip it away there. Sets up Drouin. Heineman scores! How about that? An assist for Kyle Palmieri as he goes off the ice and down the tunnel. Meanwhile, Emil Heineman celebrates his 10th goal of the season.
Well, the reason why Kyle Palmieri was in the zone was because he got banged up in the corner as he goes in with Drysdale. The reason why this isn't offside is because Andre's the one who brings the puck back into the zone.
Seneca brings it into the Pittsburgh zone with 2 seconds left. Tries to get it into the goal crease. He scored! Seneca scored. Now the question is, did he score with time left on the clock?
Oh my, unbelievable.
Oh, it goes off the glove of Erik Karlsson.
Oh, what an unbelievable steal of a point.
That is the epitome of never giving up on a play.
Back out for McCarr. McCarr shoots, score! The Avalanche tie it with 8 seconds remaining in regulation.
Marner up top, through traffic, off sticks, they score! Pavel Dorofeev with 12.1 seconds left.
Nugent Hopkins, Bouchard, Nugent Hopkins, shot, rebound, score! Connor McDavid with 1 second left.
Here's Stahl, dropping it off for Robinson. Robinson backhands from the angle. It bounces to the, where is it? Side of the net. And finally, they'll move up the ice. Connecting. You got 4 or 5 players looking for the puck in the Flyers.
I never saw it. Wow.
I was looking in the Flyers zone at 5 players trying to find the puck. Meanwhile, Connecting went the other way with it.
I got to be honest with you. I was nervous that it was actually in the net.
He's always got an issue with his skate or his pad. Must be the blade. I don't think he has a blade.
And you can only hold the game for so long before Halverson's going to have to come in. In fact, he's getting up right now.
Yep.
So in comes Halverson, who has been in 2 NHL games. That's it. He came in relief of Henrik Lundqvist back in the 17-18 season. That's how long ago that was. And then he started once for the Lightning last season, and now he's got to come in here and hold the fort until Johansson's skate is fixed. Here's another penalty call coming up. And so the Lightning are going to get another power play.
And Johansson's coming back. That's an official appearance for
Halverson. And he has literally had 6 seconds to his NHL resume.
Yep.
So there you go.
Back in their own zone, Lindell, nice job to just stay with it. And it's in between, it's in the toque. Wenberg, he has to pry that one out.
He's going to need some help. They need percussive maintenance on that vulcanized rubber.
You in a car, if it goes through something slightly larger than that, that's quite the shot.
Keep an eye on the stick.
of his own teammate. And you can see how he's a little sore. He needs a little help getting that stick out of that blade. Take that back. Russ takes it back to work.
And this morning, Kreider gave a hint of just how strange so much of tonight will be inside a not entirely familiar garden.
Should I get on the ice?
I think that they've been going out.
Going that way? Yeah. All right. See you later.
You look at Fowler playing in his 4th NHL game. This is him before the game. He's in the corner of the bench. You can hardly see. You just see the top of his red hoodie. But this is him sitting there.
Loads up and scores! John Klingberg. Goes net front. Here's Wenberg. Seeloff dives out, makes a great save. Puck's in the net. Sharks score. Toffoli. Celebrini scores! Macklin Celebrini. The Sharks clawing their way back into this game. It's 5-4. Klingberg to Macklin. Save. Rebound. They score! They score! Tyler Toffoli. The Sharks have tied it up! Unbelievable! Could have been a 2-on-1 if they connected cleanly. Celebrini's back on. What a play by Klingberg! Over to Celebrini! They score! One of the most amazing comebacks in franchise history!
Again, Larzillo, the one-time Avalanche, steers it out. I'm not really sure. Here's Burns right ahead off of Ivan.
Mascuze? A little bit accurate.
There's a shot from Vlasic. Broken stick. Producer loose. And they score again. Louis Crevier released from the blue line. Swats it home for Chicago. Well, Louis Crevier scored the 7th goal against Jordan Binnington. And Jim Montgomery said, hey, we're going to make a goalie change here. But they couldn't find Joel Hofer. Binnington didn't come out of the net. And then during that last commercial break, we were trying to locate Joel Hofer, and I think we found him. Look very close. Oh, there he is. Do you still need me?
I don't think I want to go down that hallway, Coach.
Back for Riley, one-timer. Oh, and that gets blocked. Down in front of that, Edmondson, that stung him. Matthews again as Edmondson with a stick down. After blocking the shot, he can barely stand. What a valiant effort.
Well, what happens here is when you turn sideways like that, he got it right on the ankle bone, it looked like.
How this puck, it looked like it went up his pants first, no, and then it somehow got in his paraphernalia right there. Look at all the Oilers, like, where'd it go? Where is that thing? Oh, Draisaitl there that we were talking about, right on that faceoff.
Dorofeev, met there by Yossi, plays it back towards the blue line. And it got caught in the pants, and that wouldn't say, where is the puck? It's a little disappearing act. They have a lot of magic shows out here in Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe he went to David Copperfield last night.
Maybe so.
He's like, you can feel it in there. It's not getting out. He's like, I can't get it. Or is it here? Oh, here it is. A good little sleight of hand there by Matt Wood.
Keep your eye on the officials tonight. If you're upset with some of the calls, that's the man to blame right there. Yep. But he looks good. Of course, that is Will, Mr. Referee Farrell.
Stefan Carlisle shoots a deep cut off by Kopitar behind the net. Shuffled it away, and then Kopitar gets called for tripping. Took down Dominic James. And you see the referee there behind the glass in the corner.
Fed along for Zacha. Pasternak denied. Lindholm loose. And Quick kept it out. McAvoy. Geekie is stopped on the one-timer. And that will do it for the first as the Rangers hang within a goal.
After video review, the puck completely crossed the goal line at 32.9 seconds. Good goal.
Yeah, Steve, they just looked at it on video review. Ray, we were getting a look at it as we sent it to the guys in the studio, and from that first angle, we said it looked close. It's more than close. It's a goal for the Bruins.
Here's McCann. Over to Connor Bedard. Scores!
Connor Bedard, who rifles that under the bar and in.
You see what he said? He said, I almost missed.
I thought that's what it was.
It's awesome. I think...
It's a little bit of shaving cream right there. What about this group? I mean, what impresses you? What feels good in that locker room right now in terms of the way you're going?
I can't even see. My eyes are burning.
We'll let you go then. Beck, appreciate the time. Congrats.
If he scores, Anaheim wins. And Anaheim wins.
The Anaheim goal crease. Lucas Dostal doesn't realize that it's over.
He is swarmed by his teammates after a 39 save performance.
He was waving at the bench saying you can't get on the ice yet. Played back in by Edvinsson. Along the boards, Benoit.
What? The puck's gone in.
What's it? Benoit's paraphernalia.
Somebody's pants or sweater. They started looking down and we're going to battle for the puck.
Did it go through the...
Oh, man.
The cameramans.
It's funny, the reaction, you look at everyone's going, what are we battling for? There's nothing here. You're so focused on trying to chip the puck past somebody, and just like that, there was no puck on the ice.
We got a Tampa Bay bench minor penalty for interference from the bench.
So here's what happened. They were having a long conversation here. The puck was flipped out of play, and one of the coaches, I believe it was Dan Hinote, reached up and touched the puck or tried to catch it. I believe that's what the interpretation is here.
And then Hinote, for whatever reason, just felt like he'd play it. And they felt like he tried to mask the fact that it was going to go over the glass, and he saved it.
Well, there was a long conversation there with all the officials, and that is the determination as we look at the guilty party there. Assistant coach Dan Hinote. First power play of the game for San Jose. They went 0 for 3.
Oh, guys, we got to check this out. You look at Connor Garland, a small guy. You don't have the wingspan to stop sticks, but you got your feet. I've never seen something quite like that. As he comes in, you're looking for something to get that stick away from you. A little karate kick does it. Oh, well.
Will bring us here with 69 seconds left. Oh, there's a burden. Horvat for the slot fork line by Lee. Here comes D'Angelo. Horvat in front. Recapture. Schaefer shot. He scores! With 2.3 seconds left in the period.
Burden here. I ran into him. Dude, I ran into him behind the net. Poor guy.
Under 20 seconds remaining. Eichel taking his time. And Vegas wanting a call.
Ottawa is going to get called for too many men. We're going to have a 5-on-3, Kenzie. Watch Thomas Chabot trying to get off.
Well, he gave it his full effort.
It certainly did.
Eichel was offside on that far side of the ice. He tried to jump the boards, but couldn't get off the ice in time, and it's an offside on Vegas.
Colton Parayko here. He knows he has a broken stick, and I've done this plenty of times, and I always tell guys, if you think it's broken, just keep playing. Just don't show the referees. Watch how low he chokes down. He knows it's broken, and there it goes flying. Oh, that's a heads-up play, though, because you might get it out. I've done that on a breakaway before where I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, so you're telling me he knew the stick was on?
Absolutely.
That's why he choked out.
That's a high IQ play by him.
How about Biz getting a welcome video on the board here at KeyBank Center, and they pointed out your .03 career goals per game.
Oh, that was kind of him. Yeah, that was very nice. Oh, geez, Mama's fired up. She thinks I'm playing tonight. I told her that.
Stadium Series tradition, the coordinated attire worn by the teams as they arrive, both with a nod to their football brethren, the Lightning clad in the vintage Tampa Bay Bucks uniforms, while the Bruins arrive dressed up as Patriots. A great start for John Cooper.
That's quite an outfit.
It sure is. He has a flair on and off the ice.
Look at this.
2 minutes for high sticking.
Cody Beach got full marks.
He's got the props in his hand.
Show and tell. I like that. All right, moments ago, JT Brown, never a doubt. Look at that.
I saw it coming. I just moved out of the way.
I can still see the stain there on your jacket from the wet puck there, though.
How different is the mood around here and just comparing the first two? I'm not in the league right now. My name's Connor.
Nasty.
Yeah, I guess that's an example a little bit.
Revo told me we're starting a new tradition with our team. Shirts off and you have to wear the necklace because he got it for the game player. So yeah, I thought it was a good idea. So we're starting a tradition.
Maybe above average quality. So that's my job.
Game, Charlie.
Thank you, Trevor. Appreciate it. That's my job to thankful that he's annoying.
I want to ask you, 3 wins in a row, 2 at home, a new coach. What's different?
New coach?
That's it?
New coach. Nate, huge game from you after probably a lackluster couple of games. How big was this game for you and your club coming into Detroit?
Yeah, as big as that spray tan you got, that's for sure.
This isn't a spray tan.
Yeah, for sure, Ben.
Your goaltender's bailing you out. That's the good news.
Bobo's been fantastic, so we just got to get the rest of them. Maybe I'll get him up the ice in the middle, see if he can toe drag. He's the only guy with hands tonight.
He's got pretty good hands.
Bob, get up the ice.
Thanks, Coach.
What's it like playing against the best player in the world, Nathan MacKinnon, arguably one of them? You're one of the best defensemen for a long time. What's going through your head when you're seeing 29 coming at you?
Here we go.
Thanks for your time.
Well, we apologize for the language, but we certainly understand the sentiment.
Hey, we're going to have a lot of fun. I got a question. Can I call you Lord Stanley instead of Logan? You can call me whatever you want. All right, thanks, buddy. Good job, dude.
Oh, custom box for Razor. I'm glad Logan didn't really play into it there. That was good.
The point in Manson. Wrist shot. Flooded. Score! Oh, butter my button. Call me a biscuit. He got a piece between the circles. And the Avs have tied the game at 2.
I got to ask you, the goal call on that one from Mark Mosier was, and I quote, "Butter my butt and call me a biscuit." Does that get you going?
No, not talking about his butt, no.
From that moment until now, what do you think of?
Sorry. It was great. I'm here, so.
We all make mistakes. Some of my biggest fears when I transitioned from locker room to broadcasting was taking locker room talk onto the mic.
In any event.
Waves out to the point. That shot. Score! Power play goal for the Avalanche. This is why I don't score goals. I have to talk to you, man.
You said you didn't want to score because then you'd have to talk to me. I take a lot of offense to that, and it's frankly very hurtful. I thought we were friends.
You know why? It's because you look so good, man. I'm sweating over here, and you got the white teeth, the tan, the button down. It's hard to beat that.
Taser, good goal. Congrats. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, EJ. Love you.
Thanks, bro.
It's great. It's going to be great for our room and just, the everyday grind of the NHL.
Hey, Eric, we're in the middle of the press conference. Well, he'll call you back. Yep. All right. Bye, Eric. Bye.
Back up top, McNabb. McNabb shot. That knocks the skate off of Martinook's boot. So Martinook is scrambling to try to get in the play. McNabb moves the skate blade away. Martinook, a man without a country shot out in front. That hits the post. Barbashev and company on the sharp angle deal. And now Martinook trying to get across one-footed.
He tried to hop to the bench. He needed a push. That's the leadership of Nikishin. Captain and Scott in St. Petersburg last year just gave him enough of a push.
Over with a sprawling shot block, and he's struggling to get to his feet, missing a skate blade. He's going to have to crawl on hands and knees to try to get back to the bench in the run of play. I've never seen that before. Fogel's still trying to make his way over as Evans plays the puck.
He got there. It just took a serious amount of time.
I've never seen a player crawl that far.
Right there, it takes it right off the back of the skate. And watch the help. That's teamwork right there, JJ. That's you helping me.
Friends helping friends.
Yeah, that's you helping me get from the bus to the hotel. Right?
Back up high. Thompson tries a shot.
Knocks the blade out of Marchman's skate, and he's a long way from the bench. He's going to get a toe here. Severson with some good backpedaling toe.
Oh, that teamwork. Marchman's still trying to get over to the bench.
And good work here by Johnson to make sure that puck's out of the zone. That allows Marchman, who everybody's entertained by that play. A nice ovation.
Highlight reels of the night.
It will, and it's funny, but it's not. It's a bad feeling, but you gotta realize which one you don't have a blade on. You can't be pushing with the one you don't have a blade on. Push with the one with a blade. Figure it out. Take a look.
McDavid, and covering in front was Huberdeau. He might have saved a goal there as Nugent Hopkins was working in. Now McDavid shot. Blocker stopped by Cooley as the skate blade, I believe, came right off. It was somewhat fortunate he was pushing right to left because I think it was the left skate that didn't have the blade in it. Cooley's going to need a toe here.
Piling up the points of way. Here's a shot. It's blocked. Dylan Cousins laid out to get in the way of that one, but he lost his stick blade. Dylan Cousins can't move. Flyers trying to take advantage of this side of the ice. Zegras the shot. Save rebound. Come free in front. Konechny gets there. Vanagles turns, waits, holds. Deals it down low to Zegras across, looking for Ristolainen. It was deflected off glass. Ristolainen taken to the wall, lost the puck. Tkachuk will gladly take an icing because they got to get Dylan Cozens to the bench.
I'm going to look at it. There's a shot block and the blade went flying. I mean, you know, you got no escape blade, so that leg is totally
useless.
Hold your thought, Jody.
I will.
Trouba, here it comes. Drury was down, and he got it.
That was a wide open net, guys. Wow. Absolutely wide open. And what does this go off of? A couple sticks in the way. The yawning cage. Jarry couldn't move.
He's got no blade in his skate. Right by the post, right here, it clicks. There goes the blade. All he knows is he's hit the post, and as he tries to get up, he can't. He's laying flat. It hits Cutter Gauthier's stick, and they see Jarry in desperation. Pretty good form there to get off the ice, but that was after the whistle.
Taking up there with Eller. Eller's lost a blade in his skate. He's a long way from the Ottawa bench.
You need a little help on that one. That is tough.
Crawl across. Schaefer stepping from the hip. And Tkachuk leads Eller over.
Matthew Schaefer.
So spicy.
In comes Matthew Schaefer. Hey, I'm going to run a little interference. Brady Tkachuk says, get out of my way. There's the play by Myers. What a bad feeling. You're trying to get off the ice. Gets a little bit of help from Benoit.
Puck disappeared for a moment. Nobody could find it. And I think it's in Nick Hague's somewhere.
He didn't know where it is. He's still trying to find it.
It's lodged in his skate.
Where is it? It's in his skate blade.
It's in the undercarriage.
There it is right there. We got it.
And that thing is in there good. Does anybody have a... What does Pete Rogers have over the bench for this?
I don't know. You need a hammer, a chisel, or something to get this thing out of here? Look at this. The Seattle guy has a slashing penalty right there. Come on. What? You got to get that out. There it is.
There we go.
And the crowd applauds. There's the execution he needed.
Nick Hague played a tough game tonight.
Onto the puck. Lehkonen centers back. Nelson chipped it just fine. Lehkonen forces it out in front. Spinning around is Hofer. He's way out of the crease. He's getting help from his mates behind. Hofer tied up with Lehkonen. He's trying to work his way back to the net mouth. And finally does.
Oh, what desperation.
Did Hofer lose a skate blade? I think he did.
Yeah, he's trying to push himself to the bench.
No wonder he couldn't get back to the crease.
Forrest delays and finds Nelson at the back post. It just flubbed off his stick. And then Hofer gets spun around. The skate blade falls out, and St. Louis is doing everything they can to keep that puck out of their net. Snuggerud's on his knees in the crease. They managed to clear it. Fortunate that Nelson didn't get a lot on that shot, but that's what the Avs have been doing, frustrating the Blues on the entry.
Dahlin up top, shot blocked.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Zibanejad going to make that one blade move to the bench.
Yeah, it's a broken blade. Chance out in front, swept away. Zibanejad having to scoot over to the bench.
What a great job by Braden Schneider. You talk about length and stick. That bought some time. Zibanejad can make that one leg wobble back to the bench.
Getting back to the bench slowly is Malenstein. No skate blade. And he's having to shuffle his way and then gets a little bit of help from Pearson. Reel him in.
Malenstein, it took him a while to get there, but push, get the leg, get help. Boy, all kinds of different ways these guys try to get to the bench when that blade pops out.
So lots of signs and lots of kids around for warm-ups, but this one for Jake Middleton was a beauty. Tarps off. Jake Middleton, famous for doing his interviews shirtless.
Yes.
So he likes the sign. He's got to give some appreciation. Hustles back, grabs a backup stick. I'm going to sign it, and I'm going to give it to the person who made the sign, but trade it for the sign. This is where I'm curious about. What does Jake Middleton plan on doing with that? I think he's wearing that onto the plane tonight. Eyes to the ice hole. Sign out in front of him.
Dahlin sends it in for Byram down low into the slot, and that shot off the glass. Don't know if you drew it up like that, but Quinn's going to get it.
It doesn't matter at this point, Dan. Just to get that first one, they're all coming off with a smile on their face, so it makes a huge difference.
Up ahead, an outlet for Bennett. Bennett centers for Hagee, shoots off the post, and it ricochets in. Off the stick of Andrew Peeke, and Florida's got the lead.
Oh, that's just unbelievable. What a circumstance here that puts the Panthers in the lead with 25 seconds left. And Verhaeghe, who scored on his first shot of the year, gets this crazy one back off of Andrew Peake's foot. the Bruins they have to be shaking their head.
He's got a lane. It's coming at you with a... Oh, this one takes a bounce, but it's waved off.
It cannot go in off a referee.
Right. I didn't even see what it went off.
It hit the referee.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no goal on the play. The puck was deflected by the official.
By an official.
By me.
It was me, Frederic Lecuyer. For Lindbaum, how many guys can play their first game in the National Hockey League as a goaltender and say, the referee scored on me? That will go down in his book for sure.
Josh Morrissey shots, throws it in, he scores! It took a second or two, but it trickles in. Morrissey's got his first, and it's 5-1.
No, clear in off of the back left heel of Spencer Knight.
Throwing that one cross ice. Here's Huberdeau. Coronado swipes at it. Off the glass. Right in front, they score. It goes off the back of Dunn at the goal, I think. And in the net, it's 6-2.
Yeah, I think they're discussing who's going to take this goal. There it is. It goes off the back wall. Ellis is tracking it. It goes right off the right skate pad of Ellis and puts it into the net. And sometimes, you know, it's not the guy that the way he's playing, it's just the depth you have.
Puck just bounced in off a body and the game is tied. It was slung from the far wall, ping-ponged in, and the Canadians have tied the game at 1.
This was delayed. I mean, nobody knew where the puck was. Real fortunate bounce for the Canadians over the head of Markstrom.
Driven around by Werenski and Matthew Olivier on the ice. And missed on the far side by Matejchuk. Oilers looking for Matejchuk, and now it goes it off the stick, and we're tied. It's 4-4 in the third.
And there's the play. It goes right off the stick of Matthew Olivier and up over the shoulder.
Blackwell, the lead pass. Icing waved off as Foxa hustled down there along with Matheson. Bounced up in the air and into the net. Oh, they're figuring out every possible way. Blackwell on the circus-style one, and the kick is good. 7-0.
Ends up chopping it over top of the net. A bewildered Sam Montembeault.
Montreal lost that game 3-2. Oh, look out! Bounce it. No, now it's going to be no goal. The play is whistled down.
It may have gone off the official.
There's no goal on the play. The play was offside, and the puck bounces off the line when it goes into the net.
Okay, it's the first time I've seen that. Both.
I got them both.
Offside and off the official. That made everybody in this building just gulp.
Renovated inside and out of. Look, a bad bounce in front to score. A terrible bounce off the glass, and Lund's got goals in back-to-back games. It's 2-0 Toronto.
Wow. Stanchion strikes again. What a tough break for Carolina and a great one for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Had a good first year in Buffalo last year. Here's a chance for Doan. Doan in and a save by Gustafsson. And they score. It deflects in off of Zuccarello. It took a strange carom after the save by Gustafsson, and then it hit Zuccarello, deflects by Gus.
Can't get the pass by Caulfield, so he'll dump it in. Oh, look out! Turnaround scores! Raymond gets a wide open net after the puck caught the glass on the Zamboni gate, and it kicks in front, and the Red Wings get the opening goal of the game.
That door where the Zamboni came out, there was something there that was sticking out.
Far wing now to Probert. Takes a Blues bounce. They score! A rim around. Took a bad bounce for the Knights off the glass. Open net tap in for Robert Thomas. Sometimes you just need that bounce, right? Sometimes you need a little lady luck. We are in Vegas.
40-year-old Jonathan Quick. Oh, hello. They score. Andrew Kopp off a crazy carom. And the Detroit Red Wings, a minute and a second in, have tied this game. Well, that is as crazy a bounce as you're going to see right there.
Perfect defensive play by Dowd.
DeBrincat rims it around. Bad bounce in front. Where is it? It's in! Score! We are tied! A 3-point night for Alex DeBrincat.
Well, this is a nothing play. You're throwing it in, hoping to get possession. And poor Lindgren, he doesn't even leave his crease. I mean, he's not cheating at all. It just hits him right in the back of the leg, and that's a funny carom, and you're going to see that maybe 1 out of 5,000 take a bounce like that off the cameraman hole. Unbelievable. Bucci, you don't see that.
Oh, you don't. It's Kadri. Trying to jam it toward the net, and then kicked by Lomberg, and he scores! Off the pads of Jari!
What are you doing?
Explain.
Double deflection. That puck's hopping. Emerson goes to kick it. It gets deflected by Longberg to the net. And Jari doesn't control a rebound and bats it. That's another bad goal.
Takes some swings at the head. Shot off of Andres Mask, falls behind and in. You could see the buckle and strap come loose on the back of Andres Mask. That puck hit him due north and fell in behind him for Marino's tie-breaking goal. This is pucks against humanity here. And forced down, the Stars will cross in. Here's Adam Erne. The shot was blocked. Bounced in! Oh, blocked by Bouillon, then off the backboards, off the skates of the netminder Tolopio. And a circus-style equalizer for Adam Erne. From their side, it's grotesque. Erne tries to shoot it on net. A bouncing perfect one. The goaltender didn't track it off there, and he bumble, booted it into his own net. A gift with 2 minutes to go in the opening period to level the game.
Little drop pass, and Carlson picks it up right through the slot, and his shot is blocked high in the air off of Uyghur. Took a bite out of him, and they score! Cooley appeared to lose sight of it.
And Devin Cooley, unfortunately for him, loses sight of it, hits him in the back, rolls over the line. Watch this. This is a strange one.
Pulock with room, skate for a one-timer, and that feathers to the top of the cage. It floats across the line. I believe it's Schaefer's goal.
But it hits the crossbar, it hits Bobrovsky, and Matthew Schaefer has got 19 goals this year as an 18-year-old.
Beautifully, Garland tried to pass up in the air, and it deflects in. They score.
It's actually a headbutt in, and it's Schneider on the back door for the New York Rangers. That little motion, that'd be good in soccer.
Very humble and, oh, look out. Oh, puck comes loose. They said the puck did not go in, but it looked like it went in from my vantage point. Yeah, this puck hits the camera from our AT&T connected cam. No, it's Chernak, the D-man. Yeah, and he actually breaks the camera.
Right off the camera.
It is a goal. They play it on. Great eye, Eddie. Initially, you thought it was in, and it was.
Kirby Dach obviously was bleeding, had to leave the game. Look out, Dobish. Dobson there to back him up. Weird bounce at the Bell Center, but no harm done. 40th NHL career game tonight is Donovan Sebrango. Look out, right in front, Dobish! Another weird bounce, and what a stop on Gregor. The second tough bounce in that corner. Wow. Action at both ends. A weird hop for Jakub Dobish. Able to respond and keep it out. Hudson shoots it in. There it is. What a Caulfield right on left bench. Caulfield backhand. That same stanchion corner again with the weird Kara.
It's the only one in the building that has the old school stanchion. Everything else is seamless.
Third time in the game that's happened.
13:55 left. Seattle back down by 2. Adam Larson all the way in. Look out! It's a gift! Berkeley Canton! That's the definition of being in the right place at the right time. It's a lifeline for Seattle. They're down by 1.
Well, that's the second time in this game that a puck has gone off that stanchion, and this time right back out into the middle of the ice. You see the puck dumped in. Hill going to play it behind. Catton able to settle that puck down. The dump in goes through. Favorable bounce for the Kraken right onto the tape. Settle it down, and nothing Hill can do on that.
Here's Benning with a chance. High. Bouncing puck behind Gibson. It's in. That might be Mike Benning's goal. If it is, it's the first of his career. And what a crazy way to get it. Yeah, no doubt. Nobody ever touched it. It was off of Gibson.
Oh, we've been waiting for that, Goldie. So many chances. He has created so much offense.
Down, pops loose, and in front, tipped, score towards the net. No, it's out. Looked like it was behind DeSmith and crawling over the goal line, but never fully crossed. Watch it just spin its way along the line. DeSmith almost knocks it in. Again, good chunk of it was over the line, and there's Miro casually and daintily picking it off the line. Edstrom drops it back. Referee shoots. Stopped by Stolarz. Knocked his mask off. Another chance. Never makes the stop.
Save with no mask. I don't know how you don't flinch, put your glove in front of your face. Like, I get trying to play it. To just play it out like a normal.
Johnny Bauer in there.
Oh, that'll negate the power play. Oh, look out, deflected! It's off the post! On the delayed penalty, it nearly went in!
Ducks made a risky pass across the ice in their own zone. Look at how close that came to the post.
Out for Soucy, it gets past him. Quick will come out to the circle. Puck then deflected by Kane, who is unable to get it through. How did that not go in?
I have no idea how that didn't go in. What an effort from Braden Schneider.
Kane able to knock it down. Kane's got an empty net. Oh, and he couldn't bury it. Boy, the crowd buzzing. Kane doesn't miss many of those.
Stützle lost it. There goes Ullmark. Now he's got to fly back to the net. He got it back and stops the shot from Thomas.
What a play that may be game-saving by Ullmark. He's going to the bench, the puck turns over, and Thomas feels like, yeah, I got him. Ullmark jams the binders on and gets 2 hard strides back into the middle with a diving stick save and a beauty.
Celebrini plays it back across to Smith. Drops it back. Look at the shot. Oh, what a save by Hildeby reaching back behind him. Oh, what a stop off his numbers.
Dribbling through him, he feels it. Oh, goodness me.
Now you see me. No, you don't.
Well, I guess nothing. The crowd reacting to the replay of that. Crazy save for Dennis Hildeby.
Here's an empty net chance, and the stick broke for Meyer, and then Pettersson. A kick save and a beauty. Went to his knees on the goal line to keep it out.
Butterfly stop, kick out the right leg.
Going wide. In front. Loose. McKinnon. Stopped. My goodness, what a stop by Jake Ottinger.
Wide open, and Ottinger. Nice little push right to left and a massive glove save.
And he lost that puck. Took a while to find it. Take it any way you can. A little souvenir there up the sleeve.
Mike Quillen, now Dickinson. At the net, Eklund. Save. Rebound. Off the post. And a great diving save by Simon Benoit.
He's with it. Oh, Simon Benoit dove across and saved the goal. What a flurry for San Jose, and Simon Benoit dove across and took away a sure goal.
Oh, the late dive with the blade to take it away.
After review of the call on the ice stands, we have a goal. Oh, sorry!
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Excuse me. After review, there is no goal. Florida will be charged a bench minor penalty for delay of game.
And that says it all, folks, right there from Paul Maurice.
Dallas penalty number 49 in Colorado. Penalty number 20, both guys, 5 minutes each for fighting.
Yeah!
Jared Rank with a little bit of sass on that call.
This will even things up at 4-on-4, just 4 seconds into the Calgary man advantage.
Lost audio.
27!
Hey.
27, Calgary, 2 minutes. High sticking. 27!
Hey.
Interference.
2 coming, yep.
Oh,
Both,
really?
taking them both.
Kane doesn't even know it. Wait till he finds this out. And he's just finding out right now.
Go to the box, please.
Go to the box, please. See, that was very polite of Kyle Raymond telling Patrick, go to the box, please. You have to be careful with those mics.
Offside! 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 Off! Off!
And there will be a call here.
After the video review, come on, dude.
Come on, dude. Okay. They want quiet in the
After
building.
the video review, it's the puck that hits 71, not 29 stick. Therefore, there's no penalty on the play.
Okay.
Making a move off the boards, getting in front on the forehand, and Forsberg stopped him, and then Evander Kane reacted like he thought he jammed the puck in over the line. It's kind of inside the post, but is it all the way over the goal line?
The call on the ice is confirmed. There's no goal. The puck never completely crossed.
So not completely, but just about. Kopitar there against young Tom Bielauter. Kuzmenko gets it, centers, they score!
After reviewing the play at 17:24, the play was determined to be offside. There's no goal.
And video is ruling the day in the first 3 minutes of this game. Now here's Drew O'Connor. Canucks have 3 over the blue line. Another close entry as Hughes picks up the loose puck. Wrist shot, tipped in. Was that Ratu?
This is unbelievable.
It looked a little funky. My spidey senses did go.
It was determined the play was offside, therefore we have no law.
I've never seen this.
This game's going to take 4 hours and have 14 reviews. I want to tell both teams, you guys all understand offside, right?
44 Philadelphia, 42 Tampa. Both guys, 5 each for fighting!
That's right, Wes McCauley. You got that right.
Minnesota number 5, Chicago 34, Chuck and Knox, 5 minutes each fighting.
Chuck and Knox.
Chuck and Knox.
Way to go.
After coach's challenge video review, the call on the ice is overturned. We have no goal.
Little drama. And the Wild are 3 for 3 challenging offside this year.
1 year after playing in just 13 games with an ACL surgery, Hayes got blasted right in front of the Ranger bench. Not only did Hayes get hit hard, but one of the officials involved in that action trying to get out of the way.
5 minutes each for Chuck and Knox.
Chuck and Knox, okay.
Brandon Schrader with a creative call.
Casper gave a little cross check to Chernak, who went to go back and he flinched.
That's what you do. Try to get somebody to flinch.
Another penalty coming. Ekman Larsson with a heavy hit. He's got Zegras by the scruff of the neck.
Jeez, the height difference there. How about Stolars? Hey, kid, let's come have a talk.
The plot thickens here.
For Trent Frederick, he was trying to make a play. Here's a little extra here.
Janmark and Juleson.
Juleson go at it in the corner. This game's had a little bite to it. A little tension.
Trevor Zegras trying to get Connor Clifton to throw a punch, kind of fake him out. Clifton not buying it, though.
No, didn't get him to go for it.
That went 158 off another 58 and off Finney and out of play. And Finney, but Bunting,
Bunting faked.
Tried to fake him, yep.
That's because Finney tapped him after the whistle. He said, I got you. Oh, the NHL is so much fun.
On pace for another 40-goal season. Turnover, saved by Lyon. Navos crashes into him. And season's greetings inside the Sabres crease. I love that audio. So good. Evo Teravainen went over the boards, horizontal on the laps of multiple Blues. Look out, here comes Robbie Fabry. Excuse my bellicosity. 2-1 St. Louis.
Copazzetta, never Biel, and Lino Dad, Lori Mum struggling through that fight on edge. And finally, when it's over, you can take a breath.
To the line, Anderson scores! Staring him down is Anderson, and he gives the Flames a 1-0 lead.
And a 1-0 lead, and the Anderson stare right there.
Anderson scores! Rasmus Anderson with the stare down in Chicago has tied it up for the Calgary Flames.
Oh, we love the attitude, don't we? The stare down from Rasmus Anderson.
Shot stop, rebound is there, they score! Rasmus Anderson in back-to-back games. Tonight, he'll open it up in Buffalo.
And there is the stare once again. 2 nights in a row by Rasmus, I love it.
A good check at Coleman. Anderson along shoots and scores! There's a tradition in Calgary when Rasmus Anderson stares at you after one of his goals, you get one of those.
He stared right back. That was a good stare down after his goal.
3-1 game. Here's Anderson dancing through and he scores! It's 2 short-handed goals on the same kill. Beautiful goal as Anderson able to pull him within 1. The penalty kill, 2 shorties.
Barbashev stepping up, Anderson and drive, score! And that'll put it away. Vegas 5, Edmonton 1, Rasmus Anderson.
You know, he loves to go to the glass and stare down some people in the crowd. He did.
Forces it, opposite side, Shea, in front, he scores!
Dean pass, Kempe shoots, and he scores! Kempe wins it! Kings in overtime. Goodbye, good night, game over.
And there it is. Aim, fire.
Kempe with him. Byfield. Kempe. Score! Kempe again, the overtime hero.
We started the night talking about Adrian Kempe. We'll finish the night talking about Kempe.
Ball one, back up to the point. Shot, scores! Wallman, in his first game of the season, wins it tonight for Edmonton.
And Wallman with the shake and bake as it ends up being a power play goal for the Edmonton Oilers. 1 second left.
And a retake by Marchment with a shot. He scores! There it is! Mason Marchment, get back up. Celebrate.
Probably like a little bit better of a celebration, but that's the excitement, right? You know how much that meant. It's been a long time.
Giveaway. Sandin drifting away. Down low. Score! Nick down!
What a pass by Sandin.
You didn't have to be a great lip reader to see that Nick loved that pass. What a pass! He was screaming all the way as Sandin joined the huddle.
Up is Dvorak. Dvorak up to Zegras, and he scores! Trevor Zegras answers Gauthier. He scores against his former team. It's tied at 1.
A team that might have given up on you, Trevor, and you come in here, you pot 2 in that first period. How good did that feel?
Amazing. Amazing.
And I got to ask you about the celebration on the first one. You hung up the phone. Who was it to, and what's that all about?
I don't know. But that's about how quick a phone call was before, so I thought it'd be good.
Kucherov for the lead. Chips it over the shoulder and scores! And shushes the crowd. Nikita Kucherov gives the Lightning the lead. Taken away, Fantilli, right back, Marchenko to Fantilli, scores! And it's tied.
Line of Marchenko, Marchment, and Fantilli strikes not once, but twice to tie this game.
Slafkovsky into the slot, scores! What a goal! Yuri Slafkovsky from the slot, top corner, and the Canadians take the lead.
With the puck deep in the Panther zone, 6-on-5, net empty. Matthew Tkachuk for the hat trick. He got it!
Hat trick for Matthew Tkachuk.
In St. Louis, Daniil Tarasov on the bench loves it. And it was Daniil Tarasov who tossed his hat on the ice. Now, you're not supposed to get that hat back.
Across for Stankoven. Blake wants it. Across Hall. Duncan scores! Tick, tack to the lead. Taylor Hall. Carolina goes up 3-2.
And then Taylor Hall, after he scores, runs into Jackson Blake, and you're getting to see their dentals. Oh, the repairs from Taylor Hall with his recent dental situation.
Doc Stick got caught on the boards, and that will do it.
I mean, what are the odds of that?
Right there.
Way back in the old stadium, it got caught right here. Uh-oh, flung it right there. Instead of going one way, ends up going the other.
Gostisbehere fakes the shot. He'll get it to Ehlers. And it's in the equipment, and a little shove afterwards by Clevin. And
that puck, that's a classic.
It's in Nikolai Ehlers' skate. That's why we got the whistle.
I mean, hopefully Ehlers won't take that to Milan with him as he represents Denmark. You're going to need some pliers to get that puck removed.
Now, if he slides into the net, would that be a kicking motion to score the goal?
Talk about so many details in the game. Watch this play by Celebrini. He cannot play this with his hand once the draw is tied, so he just plays it with the butt end of his stick. It's just such a creative way to win the draw. He used the end of his stick.
Merzlikins taking a sip of water mid-action.
I guess so. The saves he's made. And here's Merzlikins. The play's going on. I think I need a water break, boys. Trailer weaving his way, shooting one is Carlisle, and that broke a stick. That was Dahlin getting in the way. So he is without a stick, but he gets handed one by Zucker, who races to the bench, and he picks up a new stick of his own. Taken away by Gensel. Kucherov scores!
What a terrible break for the Buffalo Sabres. When Dahlin breaks his stick, he's going to end up with Jason Zucker's stick. Here's the initial block. Stick broken. You always hand your D a stick so he can play with it. Now he's got someone else's stick. Zucker's. It's shorter. It's a different curve. Now, when does the puck ever come to you? Oh, right here. Wrong stick. He goes to clear it, He fans on it, and it goes right to Jake Guentzel.
It's been a solid one for Reeves, and a lot of confidence shown from his coach.
Smith streaking in, celebrating. We got a penalty, and I think it's stick work. And Ekholm is saying he lifted the stick cleanly, and he is as upset as I've seen him. Ekholm is furious at this call.
It comes up in the shoulder, but it doesn't catch him in the face. I think Celebrini came over to the referee and said, hey, that wasn't a penalty. I really do. I think he skated by and said, no, it didn't catch me in the face. Yep, they still are going to call it. So I like that honesty.
Pass. He's got Hathaway with the empty net in front of him. Hathaway is stripped from behind. He is stripped from behind. Utah still alive.
Hathaway with the empty net there, yawning cage, but he's able to lift his stick.
And he can't handle it. And now racing in his Keller in front. He scores! 34.2 seconds remaining. And it's Clayton Keller who ties it. He holds to Keller for the shot. The Mammoth do it again to the Flyers in overtime here in Salt Lake City.
Come on. Pastrnak. And Montembeault the save. He saw it at the last second, and over the glass it goes. And now Geekie is pointing where that puck is. Now the referee's taking a look on the back mesh. Did he score? The Bruins are celebrating. He's hit it so hard and so fast that he blew it by Montembeault.
Zarek extends his point streak to 5 games as Pageau shoots. And Wolf doesn't know where that is. Is that in the net?
That's in the net.
Pageau scores. Oh, the old hidden puck trick.
The old hidden puck trick. High short side. And Dustin Wolf on this one gets caught deep in the net. Yeah, no kidding. It's reading the buried in the back of the net. It did cross the goal line.
Here he is again. Right in front. Blocked by Anderson. Loose. Hudson trying to jam it in. It's in the goal crease. No whistle. And a mad scramble. What a pileup. Wow. And it stays out.
I've never seen this. He has not blown it yet. The referee is on top of the net. Trevor Hansen is there, so he can see. He's looking down on him. And he determined that the puck was never, ever covered. John, I've seen scrambles before. But I don't know if I've seen this one. Let's see how many times it's alive. Right there. Oh! It's in front. It's over. It's out of the crease. It's out of the crease. It's underneath.
Jim, it was almost like the Canadians try to push to get the puck in the net. I mean, that was crazy. And it stayed out.
Yeah. So, Jody, what's going on down there at the Predator bench?
Yeah.
Got a lot happening.
There's a lot going on. Michael McCarron is not dressed for this team, and there's a rumor he got traded after warm-ups. Cole Smith did not take warm-up, but he is on the bench. So Cole Smith now is on the ice. All indications are that he has been traded, but we'll find out. Cole Smith, he's going to take one shift. Make it official, he's in the lineup. And then he's going to get off the ice. Got kind of a grin on his face here. You can see this. It's an interesting situation here with the Nashville Predators. It's got to be very odd on that bench to know that McCarron is not playing. And there goes Smith. He's
that was
going
it.
right off the ice. And he got big ovation from his teammates, which will be his former teammates, I would say, at the end of this one.
Thompson to the goal line. Scores! Norris with a big hit. Far side scores! Upper pass back to Taysier. Scores! Harry, look out in front. Scores! Shorthander! Scores! Fans on the shot, but it dribbles in. The slot. Shot scores! Through, look out! Moser scores! We're tied! It's it back again. Looking for Kucherov, and it's a one-timer over on that far side. With some room. Bjorkstrand shot. He's got the rebound. Tucks it in front. Scores! Walks in. Scores! Post back to the point for a shot. Save rebound. Scores! Walking in. Scores! Quick up here. Here's a break. Zucker to the net. Back and scores! Buffalo back to a 7-7 tie. Shot. Off the bar. Scores! First one didn't go in. Second one does. It's a power play goal. The Sabres are in first place in the Atlantic Division with the win. 8-7 the final. And yet one more melee breaks out.
Decided to put on my intrepid reporter's hat a couple minutes ago and try to find out why the officials were looking at the Toronto net. I thought maybe there's a hole in the net, maybe something happened. Well, I came to find out none of the 4 officials saw Troy Stecher, after the goal was scored, fired the puck. It might have gone through a photographer's hole in the glass there.
Great detective work, John.
Nice work, John. I was wondering where you were going with all that.
Now, how about this battle? Lundell and Nylander dragging him on the stick, holding it. I'm not happy. Little punch, little push, little cross-check. Both guys going back and forth. No rules being violated whatsoever.
No, not one.
And then another one. That one's a pretty good one up in the name bar. Lundell doesn't like that. One more for good measure.
Before the last TV timeout, Zamula was in the box. I verbalized that. We went to the break. Voronkov told Zamula, you got a penalty. Just messing with him. And Zamula went to the box. So when he came out, they had a pretty good chuckle for the rest of the TV timeout.
I wrote it down.
Did you? It's in the
I was
book?
getting ready for the Jackets penalty kill.
Coach Andrew Burnett, he thought there should have been a penalty.
Still having words with referee Chris Schlenker. That's a hot mic you have, Dave.
It is. Some new words I just learned.
Branko. Waited a long time, turned it over, ball swings over, Pospisil scores!
After the coach's challenge, it was determined that at 7:21 the play was offside. We have no goal.
Desiri crossing through the middle, knocked down to Sherkovich, scores! What a release!
For further review, the play was touched with a high stick, therefore there is no goal in the play.
And that's the second goal in the same period that has been overturned against the Flames. And plays it out to Backlund. He's got Farabee with him. Now Farabee surrounds, shoots, scores! And can you guess what's happening?
After the coach's challenge, it was determined that at 10:22 the play was offside. We have no goal.
I have never seen anything like this. Not. This is the third straight successful coach's challenge from the Blues.
Weeks, you see any red paint down there? Just listen to the sound of these hits. And they're all behind Vejmelka. And Vejmelka taps his post as to say thank you.
3 Flames, so they're one short for the moment. Is Coronado. Boy, what a wicked release. He hit the crossbar. Third time the Flames have hit the crossbar in the hockey game.
Here's Tuchel handing it off, and the drive is off the post as Patterson nearly had one on the short side there, and Thompson gives the post a little tap and a thank you for his friend.
Did I just see that? Doug Hamilton just played the puck with no gloves.
Yes, he did.
He didn't have either glove on the hand, right or left. Wow, you will never see that.
Making a play, there he is trying to put his gloves on. Now he's trying to find it. Now he just drops it and say, what the heck? I can't put them on. I don't have time.
That's amazing.
He was just coming off the bench, so he wasn't ready. And a guy came to the bench and said, you're up. And so he jumped, but he's trying to fidget his gloves on. Little smile there with the training staff.
And if it's true that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, then Mika Zibanejad should feel pretty special right now. His teammates arrived at the Garden a short time ago with some sweet teas and in lockstep with the flowing locks, a fitting tribute to tonight's center of attention. Tonight, in his adopted home, Zibanejad will join one of hockey's exclusive clubs against the team that fostered his dream. A 1,000th game, and tonight, Madison Square Garden is Grand Central.
Did you get to see your teammates' arrivals and the hairstyles that they rocked coming in?
I saw them in the locker room, and this was awesome. I started laughing. I appreciate it. It's a few of them I didn't really recognize in terms of hairstyles I've had, but I'll take it.
Eric Cadet picks up the extra penalty. Voracek broke the stick on the shot attempt. Now here's Zibanejad dropping it back off. Voracek without the stick, broke it again. Here's Hughes, back out. Shot.
Broken stick.
That's the third broken stick, Voracek in the last couple of shifts. Got a piece of it, and now a 2-on-1 for the Rangers. Gavrikov and Fox, 2 defensemen. Gavrikov shoots it wide. How about that?
Right. Wow, this is interesting. The Ranger corners, 3 of them get caught, but they've got the defenseman leading a 2-on-1 rush. This is the fun about hockey. The guys go to the bench. Everybody recognizes the uniqueness of the situation. Lots of chuckling. It's easier to chuckle when you're up 4-1.
Time winding down, and the Rangers, for the first time this season, win a 4th consecutive game.
The Rangers head to the net to congratulate Shesterkin. They might have to carry him off. As he was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. Why the white mask?
I don't know. New color.
New
I like
color?
It. Yeah, just make a new mask for myself, so I didn't have the time to might get any color, so looks like, I don't know, emergency goalie right now.
If you keep winning, you might have to keep it that way. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Everything.
It's Suzuki. It's Caulfield. Scores! Cole Caulfield hat trick.
As the frustration for Patrick Waugh, you can't miss the look on his face. Under a minute to go. Thompson! Shot is stopped. 95.7. Thompson again! Shot is stopped. 92.6. Thompson again off the bar. Whoa, he's loaded down. 4 straight Thompson TNT bombs on Lindgren. He's got it again. Tage with 30 seconds in the period. Up top. Thompson again. Lindgren. They're at the range. Thompson and Lindgren.
He's coming back to the bench with a big smile on his face, laughing.
Our ESPN Plus game is Oilers Islanders and Saturday Night NHL Network Kraken Toronto. How about that?
I mean, you got to turn sideways. I think he should have just rode right down the stair railing, right?
This season, Sharangovich on Kemper. Deke scores! It's not what he thought he was going to do, but he'll have a laugh as the Flames make it 4 straight wins thanks to a excuse-me shootout winner from Sharangovich. What a great break for the Flames.
Brady Tkachuk's going to get a penalty.
Number 7, Ottawa, Marner, Sash.
Tkachuk's going to get it from the bench. See him come across with the butt end of his stick there and slap Mallenstein right at the side of the face.
You don't see that every day.
And they're not making dinner reservations at Carbone after. This is real.
Howden is getting taken down on the net by Darnell Nurse.
Howden's got to be careful. Nurse is a tough customer. And it's all from that hit on Lausanne. It's the perfect step up.
And look at Darnell Nurse blowing kisses toward the Vegas bench. And he's still jawing, this time at Mark Stone.
Not out Ristolainen, couldn't get it deep though. Ernie tripped up and the penalty's called. Zegras is going to go to the box with 2:48 to go.
Ernie has to slide the sword out of its. Look at this, how difficult it is, that knob. You can't do it the knob end, you got to do it blade end. Zegras can't believe it. He is living that nightmare right now in the glass box of trauma.
But you can't let it go. The stick is stuck in the skate. It's a smoking gun.
Sent back in by Verhaeghe. Now Shesterkin, will he shoot? Whoa, Tkachuk got a stick on it. Whoa! Igor will score one of these days. Tkachuk knocked it out of the air.
Spencer Knight.
Is he hurt or did he lose a blade?
I think he blew a skate blade, actually, Panger. Yep. Pointing at a skate.
Oh, actually, it's the lace.
It's the lace, yeah, that holds the bottom of the pad to his skate hanger.
It sure is.
Yep.
What's the blade?
I know that well. And the bottom line is, you can't have that loose, and you can't have the lace obviously dangling. You're going to step on it and lose your footing. I think Soderville might have to come out. I think the referee said, okay, I gave you that much time, but now you can see all the lace is at the toe of his skate. There. And it's not keeping it down below. So he's going to have to go off.
Nurse with a good play. Now it's a chance for a breakaway. Henry, right in. Stopped by Blake. On a turnover at center ice.
Stolen away by McDavid. Another breakaway. McDavid in on Soderblom. A shot denied.
Switch has been made. Equipment's been fixed.
Come on, Soderblom. All right, buddy, get in there. 2 breakaways.
McNabb quickly around to goal. Theodore looking. Shot. Tap score! Mitch Marner on the deflection. As he went to the bench, you could see in the celebration, Shane, that he had a hairline fracture in that stick. It was in 2 pieces when he went through the celebration of the bench.
I think Bedard just knocked the stick out of the hands of Gruby when he was going right through the blue paint. It's not very nice. There it is. Edzo said so. You're right again.
Back in come the Canucks. As Askarov is scrambling to get his stick back in his grasp. There was some hairy moments there for a while. He's got an equipment issue.
His pad came completely off, and so they were scrambling to get the referee's attention.
I got to tell you, Drew, and you've been at more of these games than me, but I have never seen a goalie's pad come off like that before in an NHL game.
Never. In any game, Randy, in any game.
Just when you think you've seen it all, you haven't.
Victor Mancini wrists the puck around and winds up icing it. Except the Canucks are ahead of the race. It's caught out as Askarov, they score. The net was off, but the puck clearly went in. They have to count this, I think, as Marco Rossi got to that loose puck with Askarov caught out, and he put it into the net as Askarov knocked the net off.
And it bounces off the boards right to a prime area for Rossi to skate into. Askarov's trying to get back, scrambling, and instead just realized, you know what? I'm not going to get there. I'm pulling this net down.
I have now seen two things tonight I have never seen before. I've never seen a goal like that.
That pass back, tipped on goal, and Mark Gatcomb with a chance there, and the save is made by Arthur Akhimov in his first National Hockey League start. 23-3, the shots on goal in favor of the Islanders. Gamov's got a story to tell about his first NHL start.
It's a 78-22 shot attempt advantage, percentage-wise, for the New York Islanders. 60 is dominant. They're almost at 80. The Leafs are very fortunate that this game is just 2-1. Have the IV ready for Akhimov in between periods.
You'll be like Denny Lemieux and Slapshot in the dressing room, collapsed against the back wall.
He gives guys high fives leaving the ice. I would have went Ron Hextall and started chopping guys at the ankles.
Well, when you lead the Pittsburgh Penguins back into the playoffs in your first season as head coach, you're going to have some fans. Dan Muse has a look-alike there, trying to help him behind the bench.
And he's got his assistant coach beside him there as well. They're going over the video right now.
That's great.
Good buddies. There is an angle shot out of Anderson from Caulfield. He'll fire from anywhere. Anderson able to make that save. So where's the puck, Boosh?
Well, that's the mystery,
Can't
JJ.
find it.
Shake it out. No, it's not there.
All right, let's see where it goes. Maybe we can help him out.
Now it's in the shoulder. It's in the back of his jersey, I'd say. In the back of his jersey.
Think it went down the back.
Down the back.
They're looking in the front.
It's in the back. Yeah, you gotta look at the back.
There you go.
Go there.
He finds it.
Yeah. Go there. To the left. Go to the. You're getting cold. You're cold.
He cannot
Take the jersey off. Is it down the arm? This guy's a magician.
Houdini's got nothing on him.
It was down.
Hey, found it. You never know what you're going to see. High in the net. Janot out to McAvoy. Stick explodes. Flyers look to move up the ice. Bump trying to make it a 2-on-1, but he's overtaken from behind by Janot. Take a look.
There's the broken stick, and McAvoy, watch him go.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to be sneaky there, the Boston Bruins. There's a rule there. You have to go to the bench to get it from a trainer, a player. You cannot throw the stick on the ice. Obviously, that's giving them an advantage. And there's the toss. Not a great toss either.
There's that one back by Kotkaniemi. Hard drive by Walker, and that
blew apart Ullmark's straps. That was a funking blow. I wonder if he's checking. Look, you can see the mark.
There's a mark.
You could see the center wire that would run basically down the bridge of his nose was black and was dented. Look at that. You want to play goal, huh? 2 to 3 month stretch as what is going on? Dennis Gilbert's pants are falling off right now.
What?
See, I told him not to pull in the thread. He didn't believe me. And here he goes.
How many times your mom have to tell you, don't pull that loose thread?
Can we get a pair of scissors out here somewhere? That's good stuff.
Tough one right there when it
sharpened up. Let's take a look right here.
Right there, right underneath. Boy, that's where you can easily pull a groiner and they get no control of where your skate goes after that. And then so you lose a little bit of an edge. You fix it. That's the luxury of today.
But I got to get myself ready because I love leftovers. I tell you what, working around the Edmonton Oilers for Sportsnet, it's just pure gravy. So let's talk a little turkey. Give them pumpkin to talk about if you're the New York Rangers. All right, first open of the year, a little bit corny. I apologize, but I'm glad to be back. Whew. Oh, I'm loving this. Hey, everybody, and welcome. Just trying to catch the last couple of rays here. It's Sheen Principe, and welcome to Rogers Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. It was 28 degrees Celsius, 83 degrees Fahrenheit today, and I spent, I don't know, maybe 3-4 hours at the beach. By the way, kids, just like Uncle Gene, make sure you wear sunblock.
This is a public service announcement.
So this is what happened on Tuesday night. There it is, smoking his way to his 1,000th point. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Rogers Oilers Hockey. No. Hey, kid, no, thank you. Hey, kids, do not smoke. Connor McDavid's been smoking hot, and he has been lighting up the opposition. Listen, and what the thing? Hey, give me that, you little. Okay, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go. Pillow fight's over, okay? But the pillow fight in the Pacific Division, not over.
Well, Jakub Dobeš has a way of getting involved in the game even when he's not getting so many shots early on.
How are you going to stay sharp? How are you going to stay involved? Kind of get out and cause some interference. Remember him in the playoffs last year? Just get out to the top of his crease, run a little interference, pester.
I think the team's done a terrific job not having that be a factor.
You're on to Tarasenko, and it's off the post. It ends up on top of the net. The red light went on and was immediately waved off. What a stretch pass to start this play.
Well, great stretch pass, then Europe gets the shot. I think it goes off the post, off the glove of Dobeš, and then up on top of the net.
Well, now I can make sense of it. Thanks, Karts.
Malkinson dives, pass too far for Palmer, got far out of the net. Dobeš now, has to hold off Brad. Oh, he did a great job of it to protect the puck.
Heischer
Centers in front, and the shot goes wide off the stick of Meyer, runs into Hudson. Here's Dobeš on the net. There is nothing more exciting in hockey than a wandering goaltender. Let me tell you, we've seen two shifts now with Dobeš coming out of the net. Here he comes out, and he has the right idea, but what happens, Heischer gets his stick on it.
The shootout coming up in 30 seconds. Catch your breath. Find anyone. Marchenko will take it. Back to Werenski with a shot. Stopped in front. Rebound. Dobeš. Save of Marchenko. His mask has come off. He'll get the whistle after a big stop there.
Well, that is using your head. I mean, we can hear the crack of that up here, John. Through this first shot, he goes across right here, and he's got his head going downward, and it goes right off the top of the noggin.
New look here, Jesper Wallstedt. A new spelling of his last name on the back of his jersey. Normally it's a DT at the end. There's no A. You got any theories?
My only theory is if we scan the crowd, we might see a Marc-Andre Fleury somewhere in a mustache and mask.
That's actually not a bad theory.
You played the first part of this hockey game with a nameplate that had your name misspelled. Have you figured out who took that to your jersey, and are you going to get them back?
Yeah, I'm assuming it was Gus, but I had no idea until they scored the first goal, and I was looking at the replay, and something on my back just looked a little wrong. I didn't see a T there, so kind of got off the ice and told our equipment staff that I'm not playing with that jersey again. So they switched my name pretty quick, but we'll see if I figure out who it was, and we'll get them back.
Here's Nylander off the draw. Joe Smith rebound, scores! William, oh no, it's not in! Nylander had his stick up. How did it not go in? William Nylander and this crowd at Scotiabank thought the game had been tied.
Crossbar, post, off the leg and out. And Nylander's got his hand in the air, but boy, that was all his effort.
Shilovs came out with Connor, and he backed it right back to him. Connor! Oh, he missed it. That is hard to believe.
I wonder if this shouldn't be a penalty shot, as Shilovs may have thrown his stick at it.
Pittsburgh number 37 threw his stick at the puck carrier, therefore we have a penalty shot.
It is. It's a penalty shot. You bet it is.
Connor to the slot. A bag of moves. Backhand scores.
Shed from the blue dotted center. Lost the handle on the near wing, and that one will frustrate him as he goes back to the bench.
Oh, man. That's a tough one right there. It just falls right off his blade. He's got speed. He goes to move it to the forehand, backhand, just slides underneath his blade.
Right back. Got it through for Doan. Sanders trying to put it off the goalie, and he says it's in. Doan is celebrating. The official waves it off immediately.
Here's a great look at it. Looks like he banks it off the skate, off the bar. Doan celebrates like it's in. Doesn't look like it crosses the line.
He took some off that shot because he was looking for the deflection in front. Look out.
Trouble now, and missing the net was Parker Kelly, and it was wide open, and Askarov gets back. And we're still tied. What an adventure that was.
Whoops. Uh-oh, I'm going to fall down. There's the poke check that causes the puck to go wide. Oh, my goodness me.
Ahead for Cates. And he'll wind it into the center. Takes a weird hop. The shot. Oh, it didn't go. Konechny had a shot at what looked like mostly an empty net.
How did Konechny miss this? Puck goes off the glass. Pops out
just missed it.
See if it's rolling on him. I think it definitely is. Yeah, he just can't settle it down. Tough break there for Konechny, but boy, what a bounce off the glass.
Phil steals it again. They move it ahead. Evangelista's got to step on. Carlson shoots. He scores. No, it's off the crossbar. I think that went in. Evangelista thinks it went in.
He's pointing the net still. I think that went in too. They're going to take a look at that. They'll keep going. And Saros, and there's Evangelista. You can't believe it. Oh man, off the crossbar and post and out. And there's the reaction right there.
Drags it, passes a beauty, and it's forked wide by McTavish.
Oh, wow. Had a wide open net. Just couldn't get a handle on it.
Had a couple of whacks at it, huh? Oh, he whiffs on it on the heel. Oh, then he gets on the forehand.
David Pastrnak on for the Bruins. He'll cruise his way into the far circle. Slows, shoots, he scores! You can hear it rip off the crossbar.
Oh, they say no goal. Swayman with that little stop move, cut, throw it up top. It hits underneath the crossbar, but not across the goal line.
Hard rib. Lyon. Oh boy. Lost it. Blues center. And then Snuggerud swings and misses. No glove. No glove on the hand of the goalie. The Sabres shoot and score to the empty net. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 4-2 Buffalo, 1:16 to go, third period.
Look at the bench. Look at the players on the ice. They cannot believe what just happened.
Sabres recover. Thompson with room. 2-on-0. Tough pass. Thompson scores. No. Did Bussy get this?
Saved it. What a save.
That's unbelievable.
Save of the year candidate right there.
Incredible. Nazar. Oh, he put it under, but it went wide.
Calm move. Very calm move.
Hagel's got the puck. Take it back by McTavish. He's got Burakovsky. Just goes down. Tucked on the line. It went behind Vasilevsky. Burakovsky inches away from winning it.
How is this game not over?
As he waits for help, finds it in Gallagher. Off the pipe.
Spotlight went on.
And it's still on. Gallagher that close to a 1-1 game.
Did not go in, though. Caught iron only.
This is back down to the Ottawa zone as Reimer's back to play. That's broken up by O'Reilly. Chance to the side of the goal. Forsberg on the line. Knocked out by Reimer. Another chance. Yossi shoots. And that's off a stick, up and out of play. A furious scramble in front of the Ottawa goal. And somehow the puck stays out.
In position for a one-timer there. Here's Leon Draisaitl.
Snap to the cross. Shot. Score!
Evan Bouchard breaks the seal. Is Bouchard sure of this?
They don't think it went in. I don't know.
It thought about crossing that goal line, Louis, but I don't think it did. Bar. McDavid looking at time. Cross ice. One-timer. And that stayed out and hit the post. And Ilya Sorokin, a 36-save shutout.
I mean, you can't come closer than that. Set up the play they want. And right there off the far bar.
Hagel with a burst of speed. He gets away. An empty net waiting. He makes the pass for Gensel. He hit the post. It didn't go. Jake Gensel missing an open net. And now Toronto back up ice the other way. Here's Tavares. He shoots and scores. What a sequence! Hagel could have put it away. Gensel hits the post, and then Toronto marches right back down the ice and scores.
Down to 10 seconds remaining on the power play for Minnesota. Off the post, and then it bounced into the crease, and Tarasenko could not get the stick on it.
It went off of Moser's stick in behind Vasilevsky as Kaprizov was trying to get that puck back door. And I don't know how that puck did not go in, Boosh.
That's incredible.
Does it hit Vasilevsky? Oh, it gets caught up in his pants.
Oh, it's a skate.
And then this, oh my goodness.
Wow. Now turns into a 2-on-1. Heineman and Horvat scores! That's on the outside of the net, guys. Oh, I think you're right. The referee called it a goal. You can see it right there. Brant Clark's pointing to it. They will inspect to see which side of the net it's on. No goal.
That was the strangest thing because Bo Horvat didn't like it. As soon as it came off his stick, and next thing you know, they were signaling goal. See, Kemper couldn't really believe it either when that thing sounded like it was in. You see him side there, Horvat probably the guy that knows better than anyone. He saw that thing didn't go in.
And we welcome you inside Lenovo Center. There is Brady Tkachuk, the captain for Ottawa. And the Canes captain will take the draw. And here we go. The playoffs are underway. And right off the hop, we got a fight. It's Stahl and Tkachuk. The captains are going. And Stahl is going to take down Tkachuk. Welcome to the playoffs, everyone.
Quick to Stahl. Got a man in front. Stahl in front. The stick and a penalty coming up on Ottawa. Martinook had a chance. Anderson to the bench. 6 on 5 in overtime to win it. Martinook. Here's Aho. Fresh troops. 6 on 5. Power play coming for Carolina. Chatfield. Jankowski. Jarvis. Save one. Mark rebound. Score! Mark Jankowski. Now, these are linesmen, so this means we are making sure the zone entry was legal. No goal.
After review is determined that the play was offside. There is no goal.
Penalty shot has been awarded to Jordan Martinook, so we have a chance for an overtime penalty shot goal to win the game. We are told that's never happened before in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs. What drama in Raleigh. Martinook for the win. Save by Mark. Wow! To Ehlers, slot shot, score! Jordan Martinook in double overtime!
And let's go back to this first overtime.
Do we have to? I was worried about Deacon. The ice wasn't great, and tried to go down and shoot, but that's didn't score there, but I got the redemption, so I'll take it.
Yurov in his second career playoff game. Shot goes wide and bounced in! The Stars have the lead! What a turn of events to send them crazy in Dallas!
Watch this. Ballstead tried to trap this with his glove. He ends up knocking it in.
Bunted off the boards by Johnston. Ritzkovian checked, still clear to the head. Juggling Rantanen. Oh, staying with it. Circus style over Brodin. Never could get fully free and clear. That was something. Brought the oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Jams it up top. Landeskog Corral. Turnaround shot wide of the net. Score! It came off the end boards and it hits Forsberg right in the skate blade. And the Avs have a 1-0 lead. Landeskog just throws a hope and a prayer. Comes off the back wall. And as Forsberg tries to smash his skate on the post. But that's a Plinko. And that's on Forsberg. And that's a nice break for the Avs.
Into the zone offside. Boston has to clear on the delayed call. And then look out, bad night to be a stick. Give it away. Arvidsson taking down. Penalty shot. It is. Victor Arvidsson has been awarded a penalty shot.
Unreal. The unluckiest time.
Behind slash 26 Buffalo.
To snap.
Arvidsson against Lyon. He missed it wide.
Did our best explosive player, Seth Jarvis, to find his way onto the scoreboard. Here he is with our Sean McKenzie. Sean, look out.
You ever worry about taking a tumble doing that?
I've done it a few times. Hit the wall a few times, hit the trainers, but I'm getting better at it.
Room. There's the shot. Jinikov save made rebound try. Locked on. Ladar's without a skate blade, but they're going to play on. The shot goes just wide. Ladar trying to get the referee's attention, and they finally blow it dead.
Here's the speed. Chinikov coming in there right on the ice, and there's that right off the toe of the skate. You can see the blade go right in the back of the net. Thank goodness that wasn't the puck. And got a stoppage here. Look at him trying to push around and almost had to make the split tenfold to get that save. It just hit the side of the net there and went out.
Being put in the box. Sanheim coming over. I think they may be taking everybody. All the people that were participating.
All 5, you're gone.
I'm serious. Sanheim's in the box now.
Christian Dvorak's in the box now.
Still only rust for the Penguins, but I'm sure that's going to change. Back out, Drysdale. Zegras one time. Yeah, he scores! Power play goal. The Flyers tie it at 1. Trevor Zegras' first playoff goal is a bullet.
Man, this building is a popping right there, and exactly what you wanted.
Moving it from Houseman.
not sure I've ever heard a penalty call greeted with such noise. The embellishment on Crosby. Fans are getting their first look at this now. A little tap there. I like it. That's some gamesmanship.
Coming to the bench, he just can't help himself. He jumped up there by himself, and the linesman wisely grabbing.
Well, this was during the commercial break. Brandon Hagel and Corey Perry in the penalty box. The conversations continued across the way to the Montreal counterparts. You know, when Julien BriseBois traded for Corey Perry at the deadline, he said he's got a great sense of when to let the temperature crank up and when to keep things calm. Temperature has been cranked way up as he continues to go at the Montreal penalty box here as we get set for the final of this first period, if we ever get through it, Chris.
Adams win it to Malinsky. Quick shot. Score! Shambolinski with a bomb! And Parker Kelly got a piece of it, I believe. Is that puck in the net?
Went through the side netting.
Oh, it went through the side of the net. Oh, no. How is that even possible?
That's clean cut. It doesn't actually go through the net. It goes off the side and then kind of sticks.
Penalty kill, and here's Byfield. Short-handed break. Hook from behind.
Penalty shot.
Cruz is in on Wedgwood. Forehand, backhand, roots it. What a save by Wedgwood. A broken pane of glass behind the Kings bench. Not sure how that happened, but you could see a shattered pane of glass behind DJ Smith. So this will delay the game somewhat, as they're going to have to do a major cleanup, replace the pane of glass.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think our cameras may have caught what happened. It's just the celebration of the Wedgwood save, and the entire pane of glass lands on Coach Smith.
He's going to need a shower, a full hose down. All that glass down that nice Armani suit.
Have you ever seen anything like this with the glass breaking behind another team's bench?
No, never there. You've seen it from slap shots and maybe hard hits in the corners, things like that, but never like that. Fans got a little too excited maybe.
It was like a pit crew. They descended upon the Kings bench and did a really good job of cleaning things up as quickly as they possibly could. Moments ago, the crowd cheering as the ice crew here at Ball Arena replaces the pane of glass. How long do the players have to kill? About 17 minutes plus.
The Bruins evacuate the zone with Pasternak touching for Geekie.
Oh, he scored! Wow! It went past Lukin and they score!
A harmless chip from center, and it's 2-0 Boston.
Wow!
Neil backhand a floater. That goes in! Are you kidding me? Geekie with a backhand floater toward Luukkonen. It bounced through him, and the Bruins get a gift. They're up 2-0.
Go Buffalo! Come on! Let's go Buffalo!
It's a great atmosphere here in Buffalo. The Blade gang beating up dummies in the parking lot. And then the Buffalo Sabres fans beating up Ryan Whitney inside for his 0.0% prediction of Buffalo making the playoffs. Beer Saber makes an appearance. Spirits are high here. Who else would it be? It's the Blade gang who have taken over Buffalo. Rister blocker saved by Lyon.
Giveaway.
McLeod, and off the bench. Zucker with a new stick trying to get to the net. Contact with Swayman as the puck laid out.
Brian Kilray.
Broken stick for Lindholm. Take another look as the equipment malfunction. Slow-mo for dramatic effect.
Hard to believe they charge him that much money for each twig, my friend.
Eichel just smashed his own stick, it looked like.
Yeah.
He was checking the bend to see if there was a break in it, or he's buying some more time too.
What's going on? He probably felt like a little crack in the shaft there, so you flex it.
For Letang. And another strange carom. His frame is in. It is! A strange bounce and a go-ahead goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This long shot by Letang
hits Vladar in both legs, and he ends up kicking it into his own net. Nobody touches it on the way, and Vladar doesn't catch it. Left leg, right leg, 3-2 Penguins.
Who fell down. Great job by McTavish to keep the puck in the zone for Poehling out of the corner in front. Oh, it's between the legs of Joey. I think it's in. They say no goal. The Ducks think it's in.
The Ducks think it's in. They just throw a puck to the net. They're celebrating, John.
It went through the legs of Tristan Jarry, and if body language says anything, Jarry doesn't know, that's for sure. And here's the in-net look, Brian.
That puck's over the line. But can you see it over the line? I think it's in, John. After review, the puck completely crossed the goal.
Jody Boosh, is that you?
No. Gritty's angry tonight.
No mercy from Gritty here. No, never a dull moment up when it comes to Gritty.
He's always creating havoc, isn't he?
The Battle of Pennsylvania. Flyers and Penguins meeting in the postseason for the 8th time.
Mosier will go off the boards. Racing for it is Hagel, trying to get it away from Dobish. A little extra hack and whack there. Hagel's got to be out of gas.
And as usual, gamesmanship before we get underway. Trevor Zegras wants to put that puck into the net. Evgeny Malkin says, no, you don't. But Trevor Zegras is a very persistent individual. Malkin turns his back. Zegras scores. Tippett lowers the shoulder. Backhanded strikes on rebound. Zone! And it did not go. But it stays out.
Martone can't believe it. Unbelievable play. Ends up hitting that stick. It was going to hit the pad anyway, but just desperation by the Penguins keeping that one out of the net.
Flyers win the draw. York to Michkov. York Arista. And the Flyers are on their way to the second round.
And there's the celebration. Oh, he threw his stick. He launched it.
There goes the stick.
There's the Selly. Selly of all Sellys.
Oh, that one went up there.
I hope everyone's okay in the stands. Definitely don't want a lawsuit. Just honestly blacked out. I didn't even know what to do. I was so excited.
Turnover. Cole Caulfield off the post. Point for Gensel. Gensel a shot off the iron. Texier joy. Texier off the iron. Kucherov shoots off the post. Chip back. Here's Gensel with a shot off the post again. Are you kidding me? Moving in. Down low. Net front. Loose. Gets over. Scores! It's over! And it's a Game 7 Sunday in Tampa. Their season continues.
Zone keeping plays alive like that one right there by Anderson. Done by Cooley, they score!
Beautiful redirection.
Oh, and it goes off of Moser.
Wow. It'll take one of those bounces, and Suzuki certainly gets it.
Ducks 21-4, Tampa Bay in a 1-1 game. First period without a shot on goal for the Canadiens in their postseason history. As we begin the third period, Montreal, no shots on goal, only 5 shot attempts. Here's Hudson with a shot, sticked aside by Vasilevsky. They score! Backed in off the goaltender Vasilevsky, and the Canadiens take a 2-1 lead. What a play by Newhook.
He makes an unbelievable play. He knocks this puck out of midair, and he bats it towards Vasilevsky. Watch this bounce right here. It bounces off the pad, off the backside, and into the back of the net.
Slafkovsky, 30 seconds, Slafkovsky for the empty net, blocked.
Hagel, what a play!
Wow. Incredible.
And Slafkovsky, absolutely shaking his head. What a play by Brandon Hagel.
The Montreal Canadiens win Game 7 on the road. Despite 9 shots on goal, the fewest ever in a playoff win in NHL history.
This moment reminds me so much of, we've done this before. We're not leaving!
Yeah, Marty, there's footage after the game of you running into the dressing room. I don't know if Torch has ever done that.
No,
you know how you could sell.
Yeah, I'm happy for the win.
Another night at... Sorry, you see something?
They're watching it in the locker room.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we better make this good then.
Hey, guys.
Great game, Jakob.
Thank you, guys.
Someone got excited. First off, it's
he got it with
What's it like to be becoming a cult hero?
No, I'm not a hero. I'm just me. I'm just a goofy goalie who tries to stop pucks. And trust me, I don't call myself a hero. I will go home, eat, watch Game of Thrones and go to bed. I don't think that's anything heroic from there.
Just across from Malinsky. He scores! They score! Scored on net by McKinnon. Got his own rebound. Score! Here's a chance. They score! Create, and he found Hartman. He scores! Blankenberg scores! Here comes a chance for Tarasenko. What a move, and he scores! Hughes got a little space, and he scores! In all alone, and he scores! Moves to Taves. Wrist shot. Scores! Here's Makar. Scores! On a break. Kadri scores! Hughes into the zone for Matt Boldy. Watched by Makar. Floated to the front. They score! Cale Makar. Shot. Scores! Cale Makar, the answer. Hughes all the way across. Broken up. McKinnon. Got it! Make it 9 for Colorado.
Have you ever been involved in a playoff game like this?
That was out of control, yeah.
Further back, nice wheel around move by Leo Carlson. Tic-tac-toe passing play, and bypassing the shot was Lacombe.
Wow, that's a wide open one there for Jackson Lacombe, and he knew it.
Stahl has got it, he'll backhand it down the ice.
Well, this is a really solid penalty-killing team, the Carolina Hurricanes. And again, they had 2 shots in game 1, but those were on a 6-on-4 and late in the third period.
Lyon will take no chances with a couple of Montreal players flying in, and now some pushing and shoving.
Kyle Raymond with the penalties. Right now he's telling Mike Matheson to beat it. He wants to do his announcement.
Go away, please.
There, you heard it.
Not right now. Afterwards? After, yeah.
I'm asking you to go away, please. After we'll
Montreal,
talk.
number 76, has 4 minutes for roughing. Buffalo, number 21, has 2 minutes for roughing. 2-minute power play for Buffalo, 5-on-4.
Your crowd of 20,000 plus just watched it on the big screen, and they're saying, how does our guy end up with more? And the crowd and Marty St. Louis letting Garrett Rank know just that. Mellenstein, that took her on. Running double. And Bolduc all over him. Well, that's an everybody-in moment there, as there's just no hesitation. Mallenstein didn't try to stop up. The good news is Dobish is skating around and looks to be okay. Hudson again. He'll shoot it. Scores! And how about Dobish's reaction? Who's he yelling at here? Celebration first, and then a couple of jogging back towards the Buffalo bench. Bring it on, man. I'm ready for it. Gotta love playoff hockey, don't you? Boy, this personality is emerging in these playoffs, isn't it? Alex Newhook off the post, but they're going to give it the goal on the penalty with the empty net. Premature celebration there for Dobich. Yeah, he saw, oh man, it hit the post. Then once he got the point, did his celebration that he seemed to rely upon.
Here's Kadri shoots. That does not get through. Sent down into the empty net by Boldy.
Jesper Wallstedt just goes tumbling. I don't know if he trips over Ryan Hartman or not there, Bush. I don't know if you can break that down, but maybe just exhausted, I guess.
I think that's what it is. He saved his best for last.
Driving to the net. Ehlers got a piece of him and then bump collided with Anderson. Ehlers stolen. Martone to bump out in front. Anderson held his ground. He had his stick upside down.
You were facing a Carolina player one-on-one with your stick upside down. Do you practice that? And what was going through your head?
Yeah, I don't even know. I kind of forgot what happened now, but somehow I ended up with the stick in the wrong end, and that would have been hell of a paddle save. But yeah, I don't think we teach it that way in the goalie school.
These guys very familiar with each other. Whoa, it's in! Unbelievable. Unreal. I don't think I've ever
crazy
seen that.
bounce that hit Dobich, who didn't see it coming, and it's in the back of the net.
So, Chris, it's where the Zamboni comes out. That's the one area, even the making of this building, I'm kind of shocked that the Zamboni is in the home team's, although second period, you just never know. So watch this, up and high off the glass and right off of Dobish knee for Thompson, who's been frustrated, hadn't scored till the last game since the first one, and this is just a knuckleballer that you could try that, 1,000 times.
I know Alex Tuch is beside you down there, Panger, but him and Carrier are going to both lose their sticks right here. And Tuch's very upset. I think Carrier took his stick. They're both right-handed shots.
You're right.
He's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, because he's got the white tape on his stick. And yeah.
It's my favorite stick.
And by the way, I'm 6'4". Carrier, that's a long twig for Carrier to be carrying around.
How about the strength there, Kaprizov? He was hopping on one skate, and then finally, as you mentioned, Kenny, got some help to get off the ice. Watch the skate blade here. Watch the skate blade go flying right there. What a pickup by our crew. Beautifully done. Some help from Hartman, yeah. I think the first one there, Hartman tripped him, so he probably felt guilty. Yeah, a little bit.
There's Burns down at the right point. Back out for Devon Taves. Score! Deflected in front by Fleury. And the Avalanche have pulled to win a goal. Six Davis on the ice for the Gats. Here's McKinnon shooting one. He scores! He scores! The Avalanche tie the game at 3. Quickly ahead into the Minnesota zone. It's Natchez. Natchez. Shot. Score! Score! Bulwark wins it. The Avalanche move on.
Is that for the altitude? Is that what that is? The altitude?
No, that is.
No, that's for my pool exercises that help me get through the overtimes. I'm in zone 2 right now. Zone 2 cardio.
Would you want to continue that conversation?
I'd love to.
Is our guest here? He is. There he is.
Hey, Biz here. Just want to get your opinion on how that comeback started.
I mean, next question from somebody else right now, please.
Unfortunately, I got to tie Biz in on this because we saw a video of you swimming and training.
Yeah, well, there was 10 guys doing it right before me in the pool, so I guess they just waited for me to be in there looking like an idiot. But
Boom gets after it, so does Leo. And now going wide, Seneca caught without his mask by Carter Hart.
Wow, that mask went flying as Carter Hart sits there with no mask whatsoever. Has a little smirk at it as he's going to lose his mask right there. It's his stick.
I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's Hannafin. I think it was Hannafin that just got it, just launched central.
Wins that face off. Scores! Down low it goes to Caulfield. Back up top. One-time scores! It's Evans and Anderson. Jake Evans scores! First short-handed goal of the playoffs for Montreal. And there's activity in the Buffalo bullpen.
You got a short leash, you got a quick pull as Lyon gets beat again.
3 goals, they say 3 shots. I still think Lyon made 1 save on Demidov, but it doesn't matter. Off the stick of Evans in front, scores. Big period 2, Dobish scores. Aline Quinn waiting, scores. Helleduce in front, scores. And Quinn Sharp-Angle scores towards the empty net. And it's 7-3 Buffalo. Shooting, and it goes through Fowler, and Zach Metza has his first.
Lindy, you guys are now 5-1 on the road in these playoffs, but they're 5-2 on the road.
Well, we're in the process of seeing if we can play here on Monday. Over the line comes Newhook, shooting, scores! Alex Newhook! Olé! Olé!
Alex Newhook, the game-winning goal in both Game 7s of these playoffs for Montreal.
It's been 14 incredibly grueling games through the playoffs to this point. How are you holding up?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can play 40 more.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Let's get fresh skaters on the ice. 3.5 left here in the second.
All right, the stare down between two foes of the Eastern Conference Final has begun. William Carrier, Jakub Dobish. Nobody blinking in Game 1 yet.
Up at center to the goal scorer for Carolina. Robinson sending it in. That'll be played by Dobish. He got bumped there. Lost stick, ends up behind Dobish in the net. And he stepped on it.
It's in between his
up in his skate.
It's stuck between his pad and his skate. And good for him, pulls it out. What a smart play by Matheson. Just hold on to the puck, give his goaltender some time. I don't remember seeing this before. Right into the strap. Good composure here by Dobish, even though he's got a body in front of him. A little bit of tap there from Martin up. You can see from the straps that strap the pads into the skate, he's able to just calmly get it out. But Matheson behind, wisely holding on as he wasn't pressured.
Just over 6 minutes gone, second period. Here's what took place moments ago. Look out, Boosh!
If you have one favorite so far on this run, obviously you're hoping for the best to come here, but is there one moment that sticks out to you during these playoffs so far?
When we scored, got called off, Marty got a penalty shot, missed, and then scored the OT winner. You could tell he wanted that one bad, and I mean, I've never been more excited for a goal.
What were you guys thinking when Marty got that penalty shot?
Can we just take the 5-on-4?
Well, the best part was Roddy, right in front of Marty, goes, "Can anyone take it?" And then we were like, "Oh no, that can't be good for us." And I mean, he's got a move called the Paralyzer. We thought he was going to bring out, but
paralyzed himself.
And the lights come up on the Stanley Cup final, third Stanley Cup final appearance for each franchise.
Welcome to Game 1 of the 2026 Stanley Cup Final. I want to wish both teams good luck. Take a look around, boys. What's better than this?
Anaheim teams, here's Ehlers again alone. Ehlers scores! McNabb to Theodore, they score! Push it out, now they score! Right to the net front, now he centers, and they score! Hanifin whiffed on the clear, and they score! For Theodore, nice move, down low, they score! Work toward the slot, Goss to spare, scores! Into the dot to says it's back for Hurdle, he scores! Tomas Hurdle! Then it's 5-4 Vegas. Here's Howden, he scores! Here's Howden at even strength, and he scores! On lockdown defensively, it's jammed to the net front, and they score! By Carrier, they're onside. Jankowski scores! Mark Jankowski! Lines in 6D because of the way they play. Barbashev took it away. Stop! Freddie Anderson sprawls and stops the wraparound. The puck looks like it wound up in the net, but the whistle is blown.
After we do the call on the ice stands, we got no goal.
Gostisbehere scores! Shane Gostisbehere sent it toward the net. A power play goal. Marner sends it toward the net. They score! Mark Stone knocks it in. Unbelievable! If they score the game winner in overtime, Gostisbehere, they score! Seth Jarvis quiets the critics and ignites the crowd.
Now, you mentioned going through this with your best friends. How about this?
that guy should put a shirt on.
Is that Sloan there in the middle of it?
That would be Sloan, and Sloan needs a shirt.
Yes. So now they do have a shot on goal from a forward. Now a better try and a goal! Mark Stone makes it 1-0 Vegas.
With 19:26, the play was offside, no goal.
Bouncing puck goes right out in front. Stone stopped by Anderson. They score! On the rebound, Jack Eichel.
This will get waved off. Barbashev hit him right in the head. Watch 49 go through of his own accord in the blue paint. And a quick review.
There was goaltender on the play, no goal, goalie up there.
Well, the crowd hates it, but they got it right both times. Great passes right out in front. They score! Tomas Hurdle. And that one is going to count. And here's William Karlsson now. And a great stick to get back into the play by Keandre Miller. It's tipped in. Out in front. An own goal off the stick of Walker.
That's a bad 30 seconds of hockey for Carolina. Terribly unlucky break.
Anderson, McNabb, Marner, another Another try. He scores on the backhand. Now Nication. And now here's Marner again. Hat trick bit from Marner. And he scores. His second hat trick of the playoffs. And he's had a 4-point period here in the second. And as we get ready for the third period, Brandon Bussi. He is making his playoff debut. Marner the takeaway. Marner short-handed. Hacked down by Aho. And this is going to be a penalty shot for his 4th goal and 5th point of Game 3 of the Cup final. Stop by Bussi.
And Game 3 can't end quick enough for Carolina. They are all out of sorts here.
Jarvis in on the forecheck. Coghlan avoided him. It comes out in front. They score! Including this one. Here they come again. And they score again. And they're right back in the game.
I was just thinking how crazy hockey can be. All this great stuff for Vegas. Now they're on their heels a bit here. It's 4-2.
And they score again! From the half wall. Jacob Slavin. This is incredible.
About 3 minutes ago, Sean, I said, Carolina can't wait for Game 3 to be over. Oh yeah, how about this?
Carolina in this postseason got knocked off the puck inside the line. That's out of the rink, directly out of the rink from the defensive end. And on the Vegas bench, they realize it's going to be a Canes power play. Aho has it back with some space. Down low for Stahl. They're poking away. Players are in the net. They score! Carolina has tied it on a power play goal with 1:42 to go.
The player that interferes with the goalie got pounded in by Dowd. He ends up in the back of the net with the puck as Svechnik had chipped it into the open net. Unbelievable, like stunning. Keandre Miller is up to another huge night, 29 minutes. Take a look at his right skate. You see all that tape there? He got stepped on and his laces are all blown out. So the equipment manager in the last shift was jerry-rigging that skate with plastic tape, trying to hold his boot together. So an assist to the training staff to get Miller back on the ice.
Doesn't matter if it's Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, whatever works.
George McPhee, and he does. He always shows it emotion as a player. Nothing changes in management. Kelly McCrimmon sitting back and watching. It's got to be gut-wrenching. Those looks say it all, don't they?
And by the way, all of those highlights of George McPhee in overtime as he sweats it out.
That got stopped by Slavin. Theodore drive off the back wall, knocked in. Vegas wins in double overtime.
In one of the most unpredictable, unorthodox games you're going to see. A spectacular evening of hockey ends on an odd goal. Shea Theodore's shot is going to hit the end boards, and Martin has it deflect off his stick, off of Bussi, and in the net.
That's about as unlikely a way to lose in double overtime.
You guys were up 4-0 in the third period. What did you learn about the way that you let them come back in?
Yeah, that can't happen again. We need some rest in our group. You know, I thought, I don't know. I'm just ready to go home.
Okay, well, I'll let you go home. Congratulations, Shea.
We're just going to get ready for our next game. We'll be back here. We got to find a way. I'm going to leave my clothes here. That's for sure. They'll be in the hotel.
How am I feeling? Yeah. 4 minutes.
Oh, nice play. Oh,
I dropped it.
Right in your hands. I thought you had
it. I bailed on it. Golly, I should have had that. It's Game 6. It's the playoffs. It was right there.
What position did you play? Trail British Columbia, right?
Yeah, second base.
Little League World Series?
That has E4 written all over it.
Because we're former teammates, I might just have to text them and cheer them up a little bit and let them know that was just a brutal attempt. You're really good at picking up people when they need it.
Stone out in front for Dorofeyev. A couple of chances. The second one he batted out of midair. Crowd thought it was a goal. The officials say no.
And then as Dorofeyev's shot gets bunted back into the air, it lands right on top of the net. Look at the track of Bussi. You see his head go up and down twice to find the puck.
Jacob Slavin behind the net. Bussy is watching on the video board. Talk about trusting your defenseman.
Down low, it's nudged along. Stankoven stopped by Hart. Then Stankoven tried to center. Here comes to Blake and he scores! Jackson Blake makes it 2-0.
Stankoven lays it on the tee. Oh, it deflects off the stick in front of the net.
Vegas in desperate need of a goal. Great effort by Hurdle and Marner to keep it in. Down low, Eichel! It did not go! Looked like it hit the crossbar. You can't get a better chance. 2-0 down low. And Eichel shakes his head in disbelief.
I think the entire building cannot believe this didn't go in the net. Stone puts it on the tee, beats Bussy, and he rings it straight off the crossbar. I'm telling you. Goalie parents, goalie wife.
Oh, gosh, get used to it, Mary.
Yeah.
2:25 left. Theodore, stop, rebound, Hurdle, stopped again with Bussy sitting on the ice. He makes the stop on Hurdle from point-blank range.
And late in the third, Carolina's riding the bus. Brandon Bussy, another stop. He's got to fight it off. And before Hurdle can put it by him, he makes another stop. Vegas can only shake their heads.
The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time. Oh, this is awesome. Reminiscent of how they celebrate after home games in Raleigh.
All the players and everybody else, but it's a collective effort. And the Carolina Hurricanes went down that journey together. And look at Rod. Yeah. Go get him. Go get him, Rod.
You guys have anything to say?
Yeah, I have a question.
What question?
We're going to go way back to the first game in the first season. Why did you punch that guy? Questions that need to be answered, guys.
Yeah. I'll answer that later, yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.
Can we keep the hats? Yes, you can. Yes, thank you.